Good evening and welcome to TFTV's coverage of the RGL Season 2 Intermediate Grand Finals. I'm Aquila, one of your casters for this evening, and on production all the way from Australia, where everything is backwards, we have Mitch. Mitch, thanks for joining us. And yelling at the game with me tonight will be my boy, FrickMyNick. Nick, how are things with you this evening?
I'm doing fantastic. It was a nice day here in the Midwest. It was nice and warm, nice and sunny. Went for a bike ride. I'm excited to watch some TF2 now.
Yeah, fantastic. It's been a while for me as well. Like you said, I'm down here in sunny California, so nothing too different or out of the ordinary for me. Always beautiful weather. But we are going to be watching a best of 3 between Pastel, Mirage, and the Nut Draggers. This is a best of 3 because the playoff format. And I think looking at the results of the pick ban, we have 3 maps for tonight being Snakewater, Product, and Clear Cut.
Yeah, I'm excited for the double King of the Hill. Not often you see that. And another thing to note that was brought to my attention is that Nut Draggers is actually the 6th seed. And the 6th seed is actually pretty rough for playoffs because you play the 3rd seed round 1. And then the round 2, you play the 2nd seed. So they're on a warpath. I don't know too much of ESEA's history, but to my knowledge in recent, at least in ESEA and RGL, the only other time this has really happened is Kun Platoon Season 24 Open pulled something similar. But it's rough to get 6 seed. To place in like the bottom 3-4 seeds and to make it to finals, it's really, really impressive. So I don't know what changes they've made, but Pastel Mirage, number 1 seed, they were dominant this season. You'd expect them to be here in the finals, but Nut Draggers coming out strong, showing what they're really made of here in playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to point that out. I was talking about it a little bit. I'll level with you. I have no idea about anything in intermediate. I don't know these players, but regardless, we have Nut Draggers, like you were saying, number the 6th seed, and they did come out on top of the number 2 and the number 3, though, despite that mountain that they had to climb.
Yeah, and we got the rosters up on screen. To run them down, I'm going to take the Nut Draggers here because they got the power team name. They have Jamond on Medic, Atomic on Demo. It looks like they're going to have Elijah playing Soldier. I'm not sure who their regular soldier is, but they're ringing Elijah as one of their soldiers. Gunna's biggest fan is going to be their other soldier, and they have Sage and Percy on Scout.
I'm going to call Gunna's biggest fan just Gunna's because that's a mouthful.
It's like Sideways would be gold, but you just call them Sideways and call it good.
But over on the side of Pastel Mirage, we have Bonesaw on Scout, Drew Religion joining him as well, Dubthink on Roamer, Beep Boop on Pocket, J6 on Demo, and Q on Medic.
Yeah, so intermediate is it's not at the highest level, so all of these players are up-and-comers. I've heard a couple of these names, but for the most part, I think these are at least unknown to me. I've not been particularly following intermediate this season. Had a hard enough time keeping up with main, but I'm excited to see these teams play. Like I said, we have double Koth, so hopefully we'll be able to see some rising MGE stars hit some big air shots.
Yeah, I'm real excited to see Clear Cut. That's one that's on my bucket list. I've never even seen Clear Cut before.
Let's see, Clear Cut
it's gonna be new to me.
Yeah, I hope all these players have good CPUs because Clear Cut is an FPS killer. So.
Yeah, I was looking at regular season statistics though, and I saw Nut Draggers has played Clear Cut a few times, and I believe they've won every match they've gone up on. So I'm excited to see if they can take it up against Pastel Mirage. They have gone against Pastel Mirage in the regular season, which they gave up a loss to. But I think regardless, I could see this going either way. With their current record in playoffs.
I was going to say, especially at the lower levels, you can see teams improve very quickly between matches. And so it makes it a little less predictable, but I kind of like that because you get these teams that teams like the Nut Draggers that come in as a lower seed and something just clicks for them. They figure out whatever issues they were having and they just turn it on. And, you have a lot more upset potential, I feel like, in these lower divisions. So I could also see it going either way, but for the sake of coming in on the 6th seed, being 3-2 and then 1, I think I want to see the Nut Draggers win. But it looks like we're having an issue with one of the players' internets. Yeah, they have a player with 200 ping on the side of Nut Draggers, so
it wouldn't be a grand final without a net issue. We know this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as somebody who was a pregame for one of the teams in the advanced grand finals, we had to switch like 5 different servers before we could actually play their pregame because they had a demo with 600 ping for the first 5 servers that we went through.
That's
just
how it works.
going through.
We do TF2.
So yeah, but it wouldn't be playoffs, it wouldn't be TFTV coverage if there weren't some sort of issues here or there. So we're out here waiting for the teams to sort out their potential internet issues or find subs or whatever. So
yeah, we do have 12 in server though.
Yeah.
So once that's figured out, we'll be able to bring the action pretty soon. Do you have any predictions you want to make, Nick?
I want to see if it goes to product, if because map 2 is product, right? So I think if it goes to product, I think Nutdraggers will win out on the King of the Hills. So I think they just need to really survive map 1 because, like I said, they've come in hot. They've won, presumably the tougher matchups in playoffs. And you said that they have yet to lose on Clear Cut. So I think if they can make it to Clear Cut, if they can win product, because product and Clear Cut play decently similarly. So I think if they can make it to Clear Cut, that they can win it out.
Yeah,
it's going to be just about
totally
winning
agree.
one of the 2 maps.
I'm also interested to see the impact that playing with a ringer is going to have on the side of the Draggers.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be able to stand out too much in the Koth format because it's dominated by scouts. But you said there was high ground more on the Clear Cut.
Yeah, Clear Cut's a little more soldier dominant. It plays very similarly to product in the fact that it is very much a DM playground. Its scouts are still fairly dominant, but you have more you can do. There's more packs in the back lines, and it's just a little safer for soldiers. So just the map caters to them a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see. I think, maybe having a different soldier for a map like product, which is so scout dominant, right? And being in sync with your team is very important as a soldier if you want to have an impact. That or you just have to be absolutely crazy. But it's a little easier on Clear Cut. I'm saying, what did you say, Mitch? Oh yeah, the heavy fight happening here in the pregame. I didn't even notice that. We have Where's My Elo versus Jamal. Dude, the soldier's interrupting, dude. He ruined everything. Alright. Yeah, I think we gotta start him a round down or something for that.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's a suspension. That's in the
I'm
RGL
messaging
rulebook right there.
Patrick
That's
now.
Hit up Sigafu.
Take away that player's cut of the prize money. You can't interrupt heavy duels. It's an honorable thing that you're interrupting.
The rest of your team
But,
can move on to main, but you cannot. You're staying here.
Oh, and we are going to be going live here. So, as we're going to be going into our first mid on Snakewater, who do you think the players to watch are? Just on an odd guess.
I'm gonna be looking at Atomic when he does this mid. It looks like he's gonna nail that rollout or scuffle a little bit, but gonna be able to make up some time. But we're gonna be looking at the red side first, Nick.
Yeah, and we are going to be following. I'm on Atomic's scan for this maze. Taking some early sticky shooting at the other team saw. Not going to find much early damage here. Trying to deny the scout on the shed here. We see a big bomb from the soldier directly in onto the medic. Finds a good 2 rockets to take him down. That's what you want to see. Atomic's going to clean that one up with a couple pipes, but the blue team is surging across the point. The lack of heals, they are going to find Q. Soldier does a really good job there on the counter aggression, but the damage is done. But Jamon going down so early. Big main campaign here. I believe that is Sage? Yeah, that's Sage. He's going to go down. He survived so long in the low area with some smooth moves, but he is going to go down late.
Yeah, however, Pastel Mirage lost their medic somewhere in that fray, but it looks like Blue's soldiers just kind of cannibalized Nutdraggers there. But we're going to be going to a little slower pace because, they have the time because the Ubers are somewhat even. And we're going to be seeing the sentry gun set up on the right side now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not all is lost. Both teams roughly on the same spawn wave for medics here. A blue team has about a 5% advantage. I don't think they're gonna push off of it. They should know because red medic, he spawned first technically, but nobody spawned with him, so they'll know he wasn't building. But it doesn't look like the red team is building, so blue team's actually building themselves up a bit of an advantage. But again, I don't think they're gonna be able to know that. They're so passive, unless somebody's listening with a very, very good sense of hearing.
Echolocation.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you gotta be playing the sound game pretty hard. They are gonna build up about a 20 ad here, but it doesn't look like they're gonna be in a position to go off as Ubers are gonna even out. We see a heavy engineer defense here. And I like that. I mean, it is grand finals. You have everything to lose here. You gotta put it all on the line. So Nutdragger's coming out with the heavy defense here. As we actually have Skater on Spy. It looks like he's committed to it too. He's out of spawn. Oh, but he gets bumped by a scout. That's so unfortunate.
Dub thing just kind of got stalled in the air, but nobody capitalized on the red side, so he just he went up, then he went down, and he just kind of walked out there. But You know, it looks like we still have that stalemate working. We have the sniper class. I'm trying to find where he's Skater, peeking that top left area, but it looks like blue team's gonna move all of their players out of lobby, connecting a body shot onto Dubthink there. Looks like he's gonna have to watch his sightline a little bit more careful.
Yeah, Dubthink wants to challenge him here in lobby. Dubthink's pretty alone. He's actually gonna get a body shot here a couple times. He gets headshot. That's what you want to see. Pick here coming out on the side of red. See if Skater can find anything with some extra space here. Doesn't look like anybody on blue is going to contest him close. Scout's going to peek up and find him here, but Scout's above in lower. Soldier's going to come in from lower. He's going to get in clean, but he doesn't look like he's going to find anything. He's actually just going to make his way out.
Yeah, it looks like Pastel Mirage is playing so passive here. They've been giving Nutcracker plenty of space to move in.
But Gunna's going to go down in left lobby completely alone with all the off classes. Nobody's able to support him.
Yeah, that's kind of what you give up. But Dubthink, I think, trying to countersack there, immediately getting taken out with a headshot though from Skater and a sticky from Atomic to clean him up. So we have the 5v5 still going on. Pastel Mirage not Pastel Mirage. Nutdraggers has kind of a little advantage here because they have the off classes. They have a closer spawn, so there's not much that Pastel Mirage is gonna be able to do.
I was gonna say, I think we got some espionage here. It looks like Dubthink is sitting in spawn currently.
Ooh.
Oh, Skater with the pick and Atomic with the sticky trap. They got a demo and a scout. That's what you want to see. He's gonna find a ton of damage on Soldier and Cheese. Atomic coming up huge for his team, crushing the people in lobby. As yeah, Q's just gonna make his way out, banding his team. Now his team kind of just got a little too aggressive there in lobby, and Nutdragger's coming up big. Where's my Elo is gonna go down too. So Sage once again going down. I'm sorry, that's Bonesaw. Getting my teams mixed up here. They aren't quite aliased correctly.
Yeah, the aliases don't help, but we'll see.
We're working on it, alright? Blue team's gonna minimize their losses here. They are gonna back up onto mid. They are just gonna be trying to hold mid here. Soldier's in from lower. Really late countersack. He's actually gonna get the fourth. That's what you want to see. Skater coming up big for his team. As I believe, yeah, Skater's Elijah, so I'm going to refer to him as Skater because I do not know otherwise.
That is the name in the game. That is the name I will use. But it looks like now the Uber has been put in favor of Nutdraggers. They're walking out of this catwalk here. High bomb from Dubthink, gonna try to get the forced onto Jamon. 2 rockets, not able to find their mark though. Dubthink's gonna get cleaned up by Percy, and the rest of Nutdraggers is gonna walk across, taking mid for free. They still have that 50% advantage, so they're gonna have to mobilize, leading the scout to cap and walking through Saw now. The rest of Pastel Mirage is all the way into lobby now. So if they move quick enough, they can put enough spam on those doors to where that they can't contest.
Oh, but the sticky trap! Nobody
JK,
took the sticky trap in the doors. They spent so much time. I was about to give Nutdraggers so much credit. They were so methodical in the doorways there. But in Saw, but they didn't check the final door. The stickies were just above the barrel there. And yeah, nasty sticky that coming out to drop Jamon there. Nutdraggers did so good to take the momentum off last to try and get almost to the other team's last. But Atomic's gonna get in. He's gonna get a sticky trap there. But Dubthink is gonna clean up Gunna's here. Gonna get aired up by his team. They aren't gonna find anything on mid, and they still have full advantage on the side of Pastel Mirage. But Skaters, Elijah's gonna get in. Nice clean 2 rockets. Gonna hit Dubthink with the down smash to clean him up, and he's in the back line. See if he can pull some smooth moves. Yeah, he's gonna end up living in the back line, so he's behind, delaying the cap here for buying a ton of time for his team. This is actually super crucial.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of Nutdraggers is completely distracted, or not Nutdraggers, Pastel Mirage is completely distracted with him. But Skater looks like he's gonna try to go back there and take a 1v1 with Dubthink. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is walking in.
Bonesaw's coming back to help him. But he's doing so much time. The fact that it's a 4v5 on 2 here, they aren't going to find anything with their Uber on the side of Pastel Mirage, and it looks like Nutdraggers has advantage. They don't have the cap yet. They have an opportunity to get in while there's no cap. This should be a really good Uber. They know a bunch of people are on the point. They're going to get in. The demo's bombing in. They gave up the cap, but Atomic's in so deep. Going to find 2 pipes to take down J6, and Dubthink's going to die too. Gunnas is going to die on the other side of things, but the Soldier's on last. He's in a 1v1 with the Scout. So 1v2, the Scout's there with them. Can he buy enough time? He can't. And it's going to be a first round here for Pastel Mirage.
Really, those fights were all over the place. We had Skater in the backline taking the fights against Dubthink, while we had a couple soldiers on the last point. You know, it was not very well coordinated, but in the end, it managed to work out for Pastel Mirage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as the fight evolved, it looked better and better for Pastel Mirage, as we are gonna be coming into our second mid. Gonna be having demos exchanging spam, neither gonna find any early damage, but Beep Boop's gonna be in so deep early, gonna find so much damage into Jamon. There's gonna be no follow-up though. Can they do anything with this player advantage? Bonesaw goes down so weak, he's gonna kill Atomic though, and Bonesaw's actually gonna make it out. He's gonna get healed up by Q. Big Bang campaign is going to go down to J6 with a clean pipe. Gunnas is trying to find some space for his team. He's not going to find much. It's just going to be Percy left alone on the point. Percy's going to go down here, but Jamon does make it out of the mid.
Yeah, both of the soldiers on the side of Netdraggers were kind of low on their health there, and that slowed down the heals that were going into Percy, so he couldn't contest the midpoint, and then from there, the rest of Pastel Mirage was able to choke them. But Skater now in on Q. Q gonna hit a fat surf, but he was gonna die to the fall damage if he did not Uber there, and they're gonna try to roll into last now, taking the 1v1 exchange against Jamon. Jamon's gonna pop, trying to get a pick onto Dumthink, which they do, but that's gonna trigger the repush. The players are even now, though.
Atomic with a big pipe.
Atomic, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, clean, just absolutely clapped that soldier in cheese. Got exactly what you want to see out of a demo. Sticky to juggle him up, hits him with a clean 2 pipes to take him down. No soldiers on the side of Pastel, Mirage, there's no Ubers in play here. Netdragger should have an easy opportunity getting into mid as long as they don't lose anybody to a sticky trap.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try to clear everything that they can now. They want to learn from their last mistake, but it looks like Pastel Mirage is
down so weak.
Yeah. Pastel Mirage really kind of wants to somewhat contest this, but you know their medic getting that low on health is going to try to kind of force them out of that fight whether they like it or not.
Yeah, and we're going to see Pastel Mirage coming up on the Uber. Actually, we're doing a better job building here, but they're going to find Dumthink in the lower area. The flank here from Netdragger is going to find a pick as Pastel Mirage is going to pop into mid. They're going to be trying to find anything. Scouts in on the demo here. They are going to pick up Atomic, but they're going to get more picks in the backline. Percy picks up 2. He's able to trade with the demo on the other side of things. It's just 2 scouts here. We're going to have a soldier back capping, and it's going to draw all of Pastel Mirage back as Elijah is going to die here, but they have full ad here on the other side for Netdraggers.
Skater's doing a pretty good job of, you know, getting the attention of Pastel Mirage there. It just needs to be on his team to follow up on that attention that he's drawing. Because, you know, Pastel Mirage is giving up so much space when they send both of their scouts back to stop that back cap. They could take, you know, Saw for free.
And yeah, we are going to see Netdraggers. They're going to find all their spawns. They're going to buff up. They're going to make a clean push in a second from the Saw side here. Dumthink's going to be bombing in super high, but he's going to find the business end of a scattergun. He's actually going to find a couple nice directs, though, onto Atomic. Going to get the Uber forced out here. Atomic finds some revenge for that one, but Pastel Mirage is coming up on their Uber. They are up 1-0, so the onus is on Netdragger to try and make something happen here, see if they can get a force out.
Yeah, Q has that huge Uber advantage here, and he's got plenty of time to, you know, slow it down a little bit, you know, to where he can get his players buffed up. But they're going to have to move regardless sooner or later.
Go. They have a heavy on point. It's going to be really tough to push out if they don't have a scout to take the Uber and the other scout here to cap, as they are going to get forced really early in the lobby area here. See if they can find anything. They're going to find a soldier on Bath. Beep Boop is down so weak and get the health back here. Soldier's going to get in, try and trade up for that. That's all they're going to find, but very slow push out of last for Pastel Mirage. They're going to find just a single pick, but I don't think they can push into mid off that.
Yeah, I don't believe so either, because Jamon is now coming up on his Uber as well at 90%. It looks like Skater's starting to make some space in that lower for his team, but Q wants to hold kind of close to Saw here, it looks like.
So
no, he's backing up the bridge now.
Oh, but Bonesaw's down so weak. 3 HP in the lower air. See if he can get Skater. Not able to find that rocket. As we are going to see Netdraggers, they should be trying to go off this. Yeah, they do know its advantage, but they're delaying so much. Pastel Mirage is actually going to have enough time. They're at 95%. Big Bing campaign's going to get in. They're going to trade 1-for-1. They're actually being traded left, right, and center. As Blue's going to get forced out really early here in lobby. See if Netdraggers can do anything with their better Uber. They are going to get forced. They have an opportunity here to clean up a couple frags. They should get this point, but it's how much they can get away with it. As they're trying to clean up the scout in the backlines. A scout and cheese. It looks like they're going to try and ignore him.
Yeah, he's going to go behind, though, and he's going to start causing some problems if he can get behind this medic here. It looks like that's what he wants to do. In on the scout, taking a 1v1 in lower while the rest of the team walks in. Jamon tanking his demo in. They're all alone. Gunna's biggest fan is stuck up top left, but he's going to get cut off by the scout. No, he's
really
gonna,
nice
he's just gonna walk
DM
out.
play. Yeah, excellent smooth moves coming out of that soldier. Gunna's with absolutely impeccable movement. He's going to make his way out from that one. Ubers are roughly even here. They do have a pick on the side of Netdragger. See if they try and go off this. It looks like they're geared up in the right lobby as a Skater's going to be getting in from the drop. Then he's jumping in, getting denied by the heavy, but he actually gets air shot into the medic. But it looks like he's going to opt to just jump out. Important to note, he's actually on the pain train, so he does take a little bit more damage. So he's actually going to get a little more pushback from the hit scan.
Working out in his favor, as we saw, though. But he's going to be able to make it out, get buffed up with his team again.
He's in the speed shot in top left, 2 It's exactly what you want to see. The first rocket was a headshot rocket. Nice. Nothing that Q could do there. Had to pop that Uber off. It's exactly what you want to see. And now Netdraggers have an opportunity to equalize here in the first half of map 1.
The Dub thing switching over to the NG, you know, it's bad news bears for them. They have no Uber up, and Jamon has the full advantage. They're going to be pushing through this top left. It looks like they want to bait out the trap first, and they wait for Skater to connect. It looks like they're actually rotating to the right side here, but they're going to be pushing right into that sentry gun, so they're going to have to focus it down. Beat Boop trying to put some early spam on, get the Uber out, but it looks like the Scout is going to lead it in. Demo Man bombing onto the Heavy here, sitting very low on health. The Scouts are going to have to focus him down, but no picks are being traded to them yet. Now the fight
Scouts
is
on the
in
point,
the
there's
post.
so much cap time! Oh, there was some extreme danger there. They got so much cap time, but it looks like they overcommitted for the point. They dealt with the off classes very well, but they put no pressure on the projectile classes. J6 was able to clean up a frag super early with the stickies on the point, and then both soldiers were able to just rain down rockets on the players all on the point.
And that is going to trigger the repush out of Pastel Mirage here, but they don't see Skater hiding on this Saw side. Looks like he's going to try to get something, work his magic, but no, he's going to get called out by the Scout that peeks it wide. Good game sense there from Drew Religion calling him out.
Yeah, but Atomic's going to find a sticky trap here onto Dub Thing, as they're going to trade out the frags, as Pastel Mirage is trying to get anything with his Uber. They're trying to take this mid for free, but Nutdragger's trying to get the force out of them. Nutdragger's going to give this up, but the soldiers and Gunnos once again going to get some clean rockets. Soldiers from Red doing a really good job of forcing Ubers out of Pastel Mirage, as we're going to have about a 70% advantage here.
Yeah, these bombs are really working out in favor of Nutdraggers. But Skater, once again, in that window, putting some pressure on the flank, you know, trying to get some information for his team. Jamon is up on the Uber advantage, and it looks like the rest of Pastel Mirage playing kind of passive on this side of the map. But they're up one round, you know, they can take their time, you know, try not to make any mistakes, and it is up to Nutdraggers to make their move here.
Yeah, as we're going to see them making their way in from Kitchen here, 63% and counting, but they don't spot the Scout in from Kitchen. This could be really big. Percy's in, going to take down the Scout. He's in on the Q. Q has nowhere to go, no Scout with him. Clear 2 shots from Percy, take him down. They clip a third frag. Absolutely fat Uber here on the side of Nutdraggers. They're going to leave one Scout, knowing that it's only the Soldier here. Soldier, they see him leaving in front. They can leave one Scout. They're actually got the spawn camp going, but nobody's going to get the forward spawn in times.
Yeah, I know firsthand how important it is. You've got to have those eyes on that kitchen area.
Oh, that soldier from blue. He's gonna feed here.
And he tried to get the salvage there, but you know the rest of the team was on high alert. Jamon up on that Uber advantage now. The rest of Pastel Mirage setting up on those defensive off classes once again. Gonna try to slow down the push of Jamon once it comes in. I wonder if they're gonna try to take it through the right side again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the right side's pretty favored. It typically is the meta for just about every team in the game to try and make a shutter push. Scout and demo through it, take your soldier through drop down. They're trailing the Uber. See if they're able to get anything. As Bonesaw is going to be on the engineer here, so not quite as fortified of a defense, but Soldier's going to be spamming the sentry gun from top left here. Really early, both soldiers positioned on the left side here. They're going to be walking in on the right. There's no stickies to contest for them, so they're going to get in pretty deep with this Uber before they get forced, but Pastel Mirage is able to get their Uber. So it's going to end up being like a little bit of an exchange here. They're going to find some decent damage, but the better Uber from blue is going to pay off, as Drew Religion's going to take clean 2 shots. Oh, but Skater on the Q.
Huge pick for Skater to take there. You know, Jamon's going to be able to live with his Uber with the rest of his team. Skater in the back line managing to get that pick onto the medic. Very crucial. So now Pastel Mirage is going to push out, but they cannot keep their momentum going any further because Jamon has that small or substantial 50% advantage. It looks like the rest of Nutdraggers wants to contest here.
Yeah, they're just going to back up on blue, knowing that their heals aren't there. Q died, so the fact that they were able to cap 2 is really good. It's going to buy them some crucial time to be able to set up on the last, but knowing that their heals aren't there, they are going to give it up. Good play from them. Is that they're going to be repelling about another 35% advantage here from the Nutdraggers. As again, they're going to have Bonesaw on the engineer, going to be mixing up his sentry spot. As looks like Red's team is going to be gearing up on the right side shutter. They're just going to use through on their demo. They don't spot the sentry gun, but it's only level 1. They're going to clean it up really quickly, but Skater's going to go down to J6, but the stickies are dead on the point. They're able to clean up the demo. Atomic's going to get a couple stickies on point, but he's going to die. It's going to be 2 scouts here. It's going to be a 3v4, but blue team gets their spawns in first, but their spawns are so far away. It looks like both scouts are just going to make it out. There's actually a flank here. The soldier and the scout here are going to be trying to make it in. Percy eats so much damage from the soldier flank. As the scouts are going to get in and clean up both, it's just going to be Jamon running for his life, but he's just not going to make it out of this one. The scouts on the blue team coming a very key in that last fight.
Yeah, completely eviscerating the combo of Nutdraggers there as they pushed in. You know, they played their positioning, excuse me, really close to the beam there. waited out the damage, got healed up, and they repushed, completely chasing out the combo. Beep Boop bombing up from behind, kind of distracted them, drew their eyes, while the rest of the team just walked forward. But it looks like they're going to steamroll it onto mid now. Dubthink getting a very late pick onto Gunnas. And it looks like Skater wants to do something from kitchen here. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Oh, nobody's watching it. Clean 2 rockets. Q8, the first one, had no idea where he was taking damage from. That's actually a really good pop from him on avoiding the drop there. It could have been worse, but really big plays once again coming out of Skater here. As Nutdraggers, they are going to have an Uber advantage, but with no soldiers to contest to here, it looks like they're going to be relegated to their own last.
Yeah, the damage has been there and been done on that force, but it looks like the rest of Nutdraggers playing their spacing really well, backing up towards this left side, but it looks like Pastel Mirage wants to get very aggressive here, getting the pick onto Skater. That's probably going to open it up for them. Drew Religion taking so much space for his team, putting damage onto the Red Scout. It's up to the rest of his team to push in here, but it looks like that's the retaliation coming out of Nutdraggers, getting their own spam in, shutting off that door before they can do anything, and the Uber is going to be coming out very soon. Out of Jamond is going to be onto Gunnas, getting a pick onto Dubthink, steamrolling into this lobby area, seeing what else they can clean out, but it looks like that's going to be the end of the momentum.
Yeah, Skater's going to end up going for a crazy bomb behind, going super deep, going to see if he can find anything for his team, but Q is so far back. I like the idea to try and Uber from red, but they're not able to find enough picks or the medic here from the side of blue. As Percy going to be peeking in the lobby, going to find a soldier here. So they're going to be trying to deal with Elijah in the backline. Again, he's buying so much crucial time for his team, but Dubthink's going to clean that out, and instantly Q's going to pop in on the top left here. Going to be taking a scout in his demo, and Demo's going to be bombing in. They're going to be trying to deal with this heavy who makes it back into spawn. Jamond's going to die. Huge bomb in from the soldier from drop down. Can they clean this one up? The spawns are coming in, but it's just going to be the 2 scouts here on the side of red as Pastel Mirage secures a second round.
There's going to be 2 on the board for Pastel Mirage. I liked what Skater did there when he bombed behind, but as soon as he died, he knew, or the rest of his team knew, that that was going to be a push coming out of Pastel Mirage.
Yeah, and we're going to be going into our third mid here. Once again, it looks like blue team's going to go for a really aggressive double soldier bomb. Dubthink's just going to be bombing in, going into the other team's saw, as he's going to get 1v2'd here. The pack isn't going to be up in time, and Bonesaw is going to die on the other side of things. Skater's going to bomb in and find Q. Skater's going to get a second onto the demo. Skater finds a huge rocket onto Drew Religion as well. Skater coming up absolutely massive for his team, getting 2 crucial picks and a fat rocket into that scout. Drew Religion's going to make it out after getting a health pack, but he's the lone survivor of the mid.
That play won him that mid fight there. With that, you know, Q still has not respawned yet. The Uber's almost up on Jamon, and they're taking second as well. The scouts are just now catching up, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the push out of them very, very soon.
Yeah, and we are going to see Dubthink on the Engineer. I think that's the big difference between these 2 teams on their last holds, is that Nutdraggers is only really opting for the heavy, whereas every single time Pastel Mirage has had this Engineer, we're going to see the bomb in from Atomic, and they go almost a little too deep, almost gets dropped in that Uber charge, but they're able to get J6 and Drew Religion here. Q's going to barely squeak his way into spawn. They're going to find so much damage into all the players on the right side. The collapse is absolutely huge. It's a 5v3, and they're ailing. Both scouts are in out of the point, and they're going to get for a round on the board here. Make it 2-1 on Snakewater.
Okay, that's the comeback that I want to see coming out of them. They took so much aggression there, you know, as opposed to I think they've been playing it kind of slow and just Skater doing work in the back lines, and they might finally manage to follow up on that damage that he did on that mid, and it's worked out for them because they have now a round on the board going into this next mid.
Yeah, and we have about 9 minutes left in this half, so plenty of time for either team to end it out. We're going to see a big soldier bomb once again from blue as they're going to shut down Beep Boop. Dubthink's going to go behind on the other side of things. Skater getting pressured out by Drew Religion, but Drew Religion's under just 10 HP, almost gets punished for that. He's going to get cleaned up. Big pressure coming in from the side of red as they're going to be trying to clean up the frag. Bonesaw makes out on just 36 HP, but Skater with the huge bomb in the back lines. Q was trying to leave alone as his 2 players were trying to find some opportunities on 2, and Skater's going to take down Q. Once again, Nutdraggers in a position here to take a second round. So we are just going to see blue team, they don't even have their med has not even spawned, and red team's already in. They're going to find the stickies on the left, they're just going to make their way in. We're going to pick up Drew Religion before they even have to pop. J6 is going to get popped up in the air as he's going to get down so weak. They're going to be cleaning up all the frags. It's just going to be Dubthink and Bonesaw trying to contest the point. Once again, 6 up, and they're going to tie it up 2-2 here. Are you there, Aquila? Alright, I think Aquila has gone MIA. I don't know if his internet's dying or what, so we're going to be going to a bit of a solo cast. It's going to be 2-2 here on Snakewater, still the first half. 7.5 minutes left in the half here. As now Nutdragger's coming up with some big momentum. We're going to see Skater with a big high bomb, going to be making some space for his team. Blue Soldiers are going to re-aggress here, as Blue Soldiers are going to be trying to play this really passive. Where's my elo? That's Bonesaw going down really early in the mid. That's not what you want to see. Scouts are so crucial, and instantly the red team's going to find some aggression, taking space up top. Gonna see a bit of lag here on the server. Skater's gonna clean up Dub Think though, and Sage is gonna find the pick off onto the soldier. So once again, another mid for Nutdraggers. It's what you want to see. They have so much momentum here, is that they're looking to try and make it a 3-2 half. Q does make it out of the mid, very crucially, so he's gonna be in a position to hold last with Uber, but we should be seeing a stalemate here. So likely gonna see Skater trying to pull some smooth moves, find his way onto Q, and look for another force. As yeah, Aquila has a DC'd from the server apparently. Skater once again with the pogo in top left, but he's gonna get body blocked by the soldier. Gonna find a clean 2 rockets on the Drew Religion. Almost takes him down. They're not able to get another rocket off, as Gunnas is actually gonna join him on last. A double soldier sack into last. It looks like it's enough for Pastel Mirage to want to go off the. As the soldier's gonna eat a bunch of spam here. Q's gonna eat a spam pipe. He's down very, very weak. He's still holding on to this though, as both they're gonna find so much space, but Atomic's gonna find a pipe onto the scout here, but Bonesaw's gonna find a pick on the other side of things. Spawns are gonna come in for red team though. They do get a better Uber. They're trying to chase the med out here. They aren't gonna be able to find it. Scout's gonna go down, so 2 down here on the side of blue. But they are going to get their spawns in last. Skater once again going for the speed shot in top left. Just going to be jumping onto the point, trying to get some cap time, make some space for his team. His team's going to be running in top left here. They're going to find Q. Gunna's going to find a huge bomb. Percy's going to clean up Dub Think, and they're just going to get on the point. It's going to be a 3-2 half after a bit of a slow start here for the Nutdraggers.
Hello, I'm going to join ya.
Alright, we got Mitch he's pulling double duties here, so got Mitch on the production and on the cast now.
What
so
a
hopefully Aquila comes back.
exciting half.
Yeah, I mean, Nutdraggers, they went down 0-2, but they got that winner's mentality, you know, they're coming back for it.
Yeah. Huge plays from Skater, like, the mind he has to go and make big jumps on last.
Yeah, I was gonna say, his jumps have been absolutely nuts.
Who else?
Comparatively to other soldiers in the server, he's making some tier 6 jumps, hitting all the speed shots. And
Yeah.
I think the big difference between the first 2 rounds versus the last 3 is that Nutdraggers really realized how much space that their soldiers were making for them. They were playing very slow and methodical, but then they realized, hey, our soldiers are making a metric ton of space for us. What if we just ran at the other team? And they really turned up the aggression, and it's paid off for them. They've been absolutely pounding in the second half of half 1 here.
Yeah, it is a nail-biting series here. What do you think? Who do you think's going to take out the next half? Do you think it's going to be
It's going to be close. I think
or-
both teams are going to slow it down a lot, because the thing is when you start to get, because we play to a win limit 5 here in North America, right? So as we start to get closer and closer to 5 rounds for one team, they're going to slow down, because on the side of Nutdraggers, they realize we don't need that much more. We can take it slow. And on the side of Pastel Mirage, they're going to think the other team is close to winning. We got to minimize our losses, as we are going to be going live into our second half here. As looks like one of the scouts on red is going to be a little slow to roll out. I don't know if it's going to end up mattering. We see both demos arriving at about the same time. Again, looking for some early spam. Neither are really going to find it. The Definitely going to find some early spam rockets onto Atomic. Atomic's down pretty weak. As but Bonesaw once again dies to Atomic super early into the mid. Dumpthink's going to bomb in. Going to find so much damage, but they aren't going to be able to find the frag on this one. As it looks like Skater's going to be the only death on the side of red team, as they are going to claim a mid once again. They have all the momentum here on the Snakewater mids. As we are going to see, once again, Hugh makes it out, so it looks like they're, but Beep Boop's good soldier's going to be getting in, but he's only going to find a clean first rocket onto Jaman. Jaman with a really good serve, going to make it around the corner. And we are going to see, looks like Nutdraggers is going to take 2 here. Bonesaw is going to get in from the window. They are going to find Atomic on the other side of the thing is Gunnas, but they've all committed to this. The blue team really thought they could take 2 here. They are going to get the Uber Force, but it looks like they're just going to get wiped on the other side of things. Pastel Mirage crumbling here. They started off so good with the 2-0 lead, but it looks like Nutdragger's in a position to take a 4th round. But Beep Boop's gonna bomb in and bind Percy really early. They're gonna be cleaning up frags on the point. They're committing so much cap time, but it doesn't look like it. It's just gonna be Jamon making his way out, meeting up with the spawner. Really clutch there from the side of blue to be able to buy enough time for their spawns.
Our control point is being captured.
And we are going to see Scout watching last, but it looks like they are going to make it off the side of last on Pastel Mirage. But Jamon was able to make it out very crucially from that. He did get forced, but he does survive. So he has about a little more than a 20% advantage for his team to try and work off. As we are going to be getting Just Jez here to join me to give me some time to breathe. It's hard to bring the cast on just one player, so... Again,
Speaking of me, here I am, ladies
what's
and
up?
gentlemen. How are we? I am very good, FrickMyNick. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a nice Thursday here in southern Michigan, watching some TF2. So we are going to see Skater bombing into Saw, going to find the pick onto the Scout. The Scout wants to find him too, but Drew Religion not able to find the shot to clean up Skater, as Gunna is actually going to eat his arrow there. Gunna waiting for so long to get his heals, but they find 2 picks in the side of Saw, as they do hold mid here. So it looks like they're going to completely give this up on the side of Pastel Mirage. They're just going to go back to last. They want to try and limit their losses here, and they know that they're already down.
So I'm just about connected to the server. Just give me about 10 more seconds. I'll be able to start
Yeah, and it looks
commentating
like
with you.
Aquila is getting, you know, the Spectrum Wi-Fi'd, so Spectrum is not giving him the internet. I get that. I get Comcasted all the time. So shout out to the internet server providers. Doing a great job. A Skater finds 2 and lower. Oh my god. I don't know who this Skater guy is. He's Elijah to people who actually know him, but this guy has been absolutely insane so far. He's gonna find 2 frags in lower. I had him written off dead to rights, about to talk about how he died. He's in lower for free. He's on the pain range, on the point, getting cap time. As Dub thinks in the counter sack on the other side of things, but red team's in on the right completely for free. They are gonna get the 2 spawns here. Oh, they're gonna get absolutely crushed.
drop.
Yeah,
that's so tragic.
Sticky pipe combo from J6 is gonna drop Jamon there. That's so unfortunate. Both the
Well,
scouts are up.
I mean, you saw the idea that they were trying to do. They were trying to take it in that right side, maybe play it a bit slow and force some mistakes out. But the problem is that when you do that, you really have to make sure you force some mistakes. But instead, the tables are turned, and it just gets a sticky pipe right in the face. And I mean, now you're seeing Pastel Mirage are pushing into mid here, man. Full Uber advantage. This,
Yeah, and Skater's not
this game
up
is really
to get
opening
the...
up.
Yeah, I was saying, Skater's not up. He's come up huge in the last couple times that Pastel Mirage tried to push mid, but Atomic with the sticky trap's gonna find the first pick, as Skater's gonna be coming up on his spawn really soon, but Jamon's got about another 50% Uber to build. They are just gonna find that pick and back up. Really good to not overcommit there. And Jamon's at about 60% here, but they don't have a soldier on the side of Pastel Mirage, so we'll see if they try to go off this still. It's about 25 ads still, but they are down a player. Skater's in Saw is going to find a ton of damage into Beep Boop, and he's actually going to crater Beep Boop getting the pack, but it's not there for a second time to save him from falling. Is he going to trade? But Jamon's at 99%, and it looks like they are going to slow this down. Blue team wants to come in, though. They're going to be trying to find some damage. They're going to take down Atomic. He's going to get dropped into Uber charge, but Jamon with a much, much better Uber here. They're going to find... Dub think really early, and they're going to pick up J6 as it looks like they're going to chase lower into mid. No, they are going to back up here at the potential threat of a wrap. But it looks like blue team wants to go off this. They favor themselves in this DM fight. They are going to shove in from lower in a 4v4, but red has the spawn advantage on this point. But Skater's going to bomb in, going to find a ton of damage into Q, but no frag for it.
I really like this game, especially when I was watching on the stream, has just been back and forth. There's no resting. It's just constant aggression from both sides. And so as a result, you're getting like these big plays, the soldiers are taking a lot of space. And I mean, even now, I would have to expect both of the teams to be like, okay, well, we're holding last or we're pushing into last. I don't care if we don't have it. Let's go right now. But as I say that, Nutdraggers, they have come up with a heavy and an engineer and a sniper. So it looks like they're setting up for a little bit. Maybe it's just to waste a little bit of time. They do have a 3-2 lead, and they do pick up J6, so that's going to really put any sort of damper on Pastel Mirage's hopes of pushing. Not having that demo to deny space is a really big pick, so well done by the sniper. And then
but Gunnas finds a
Drew
second
Religion.
pick here, so they have 2 picks, but Skater's going to get pinched in the upper lobby here. Beep Boop's going to take him down, but Atomics finds so much damage into Beep Boop. They trade out the frag once again, and Q
they
gets
use. But what happens? He had no pressure on him. I think what he was trying to do, wrap around G's, he tries to wrap around trees and rendezvous with his soldier, but his soldier drops and he uses it right before he could get to his soldier. So now it's full disad. Ooh, what a unfortunate pop right there.
Yeah, but Dumpling wants to try and get the force on the last while they're still in a poor position. Gonna find 2 rockets into Jamon, but Jamon a little too healthy for that one. Dumpling not finding the big damage rockets that he needs, and Jamon's gonna surf it out into spawn. They have all of their spawns up, and they have about 40% Uber to work with here still. They have Ad. They're gonna find Bonesaw in the lower area. He's gonna eat a ton of damage. They're gonna leave their engineer on last, so everybody else is free to push out. They're gonna pop off bats here. They're gonna find Bonesaw. Bonesaw is down so weak. He's actually gonna live for so long, but J6 is down really weak on the other side of things, and he's gonna get bombed. Skater once again comes up huge. Skater gonna
with
find
the
Dumpling
fat
again.
2K. Oh, it's nearly a full wipe. They still have massive ad, but
Gunna's gonna
players
find
is
so much
knocked down.
damage into Q, and Q's gonna get forced. The soldiers coming up absolutely massive on red. They are gonna pick Atomic, and Drew Religion's gonna find a fair amount of damage into Jamon, but the Uber's gonna be fading here. He's going for it, but Jamon with the smooth moves is gonna keep himself alive, and Nutdraggers with a 40% advantage on mid.
Bro, North American intermediates, nuts, man. This is amazing.
I don't know who the skater guy is, but pick him up for your main teams next season. This guy is going absolutely wild, especially when they need it the most.
I mean,
Honestly,
I think
yeah,
he might
dude.
be ready for invite. He might be ready for invite.
I'm getting
here.
him a tryout tomorrow for my team.
Yeah.
But, we got a joke
Skater,
aside
you've
here.
left an impression. Come roster ride my Oz Fortress team.
Yeah, as we are going to see Nutdraggers with another big advantage here, 40% ad. We're going to have just the sniper on defense for Pastel Mirage. This is a little atypical from them. We've seen them doing a really good job with having the heavy and engineer off classes, as Nutdraggers are going to pop in on the right side, but Q's at 85%. They're going to find a bunch of damage into both soldiers who are going to find their way into spawn. Atomic isn't really able to find much. They're getting stickies on the point on the other side of things, but Q is going to use his Uber. They're going to be cleaning up all the players that are spending too much time in last. They do find 2 picks though, right as the Uber gets popped, and the soldier's going to be living for so long.
The
They're getting crunched and shot.
J6!
Oh my gosh.
Perk. Oh, this is
Atomic and
amazing.
Percy
This
just
is
hit
such a good game.
everything. They just didn't miss. They just re-inted from Shutter on the repush there.
That was
knowing
that re-aggression. That was so well timed. They didn't get any frags, but they did see the no, we're just gonna play a little bit patient, retreat a little bit. Nah, we're back in. And we're getting the frags, and they get the round off of this. This is nuts, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah, we are
love
going
this.
into our 7th mid here. Potentially our last. Atomic done really weak. J6 finding a lot of early spam on him, as Jurt Legion's going to eat a bunch of damage. Something's going to die on the other side of things. Gunna's going to claim that frag, and it looks like we have a bunch of top control here for the red team. Red team just spamming them out. They aren't going to be able to find much on the side of blue. Skater does bomb in. They're not going to find anything there, but with absolutely no space on the side of blue, they're going to be trying to clean up. Jurt Religion, though, he's actually going to kill Gunnas, and Beep Boop bombing in, buying a ton of time for his team, and we're in Bonesaw. Bonesaw's going to find Jamon. As once again, Pastel Mirage looking like they did on the first couple mids. And they are going to win it out. Jamon does die, so they have an opportunity to try and even up the scoreline a little bit here.
Point is being contested.
I mean, yeah, they've really got to make stuff happen. I think it's now a 4-2 deficit, and if I'm remembering correctly, next round wins if Nutdraggers gets it.
Yes.
So if you're Pastel, you've really got to kind of restamp your authority in this match, and there's no better way to do that than a successful mid fight. Now that they have to translate that into a successful last push, and it looks like they're gonna take this under, and I'm gonna let you take this away.
Yeah, we are going to see them gearing up in this lower area. They finally found themselves momentum. It looks like they're gearing up in lower. They are going to pop through. They're going to avoid the sticky trap there, but they aren't going to find anything. J6 is going to bomb in, trying to lock off this right side. They are going to find the sentry gun, but a cleaner rotation here from the side of Nutdraggers. They're going to get out of the left spawn. Skater's going to die, but Drew Religion's going to get traded out for that. Jamon's going to eat a fair amount of damage. J6 is getting absolutely pounded by the spam and the heavy, but they're trading up frags. It's a 3-for-3 here. It's going to be Atomic, Gunnas, and Jamon versus Beep Boop, Bones on Q, but Q's out of this fight. They're just going to be all-in in on last, see
Scout
if they
is
can
still
find
in.
it. Scouts in onto Jamon. Jamon's not going to find the smooth enough move. That's huge, because Q is out on mid. He's building with his respawner.
He's still on the demo.
Oh, Atomic. Atomic's going to live there. Just 100 HP is overheal, going to save him there, but he had just nothing loaded, and that's so unfortunate because a demo has such a long reload cycle, and especially late into a fight, that's the worst character you want to have to try and defend your medic from a scout.
I mean, they certainly he did a great job to salvage that for his team. You know, just getting that med pick and everything past that is just going to be a big bonus. So that's going to leave Pastel with another big Uber advantage, and I think they might take a little bit more time, sort of scout it out. I think they rushed that last push a little bit, and then also going in from that under, and you see you've got a heavy on one side, a sentry on the other. It's going to split your attention. You're not going to know which one to shoot first. So maybe if they're a bit more patient. Nope, they're not even patient. They're just going to go right in. Demo jumps in. He's trying to get some damage down on that sentry. He's gotten a lot of cap time so far. The sentry has gone down, but they still have a heavy up.
But the heavy coming out, cleaning up all the weak players. There's a scout on the point, but scout's gonna get cleaned up. It's just
soldier
gonna be a
on the
scout.
high
Soldier
ground, takes
on
down the
point.
heavy.
They have 3
Gets
people
the
alive, but
round.
nobody on the point. The soldier was just 8 HP. Beep boop with the taunt, 100% deserved there. That's gonna be
Salvages the round, man.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. It's 4-3 now. There's 18 minutes left. It's anybody's game here. Nutdragons just need one more round to close out map 1, but Pastel Mirage showing that they're still in it. They got a little bit of momentum in their sails now. Gonna see once again passive mid coming out from both teams, but Skater's gonna be jumping in, going for a real high bomb, gonna find some good damage into J6, but Drew Religion's gonna clean him up. All eyes on him. Beep Boop's gonna go down on the other side of things, so the rumor trade. It's kind of a classic here on Snakewater mid, but J6 with the big bomb gonna be bombing up top. Bonesaw's gonna die.
Look how much
is
space
so
they've
weak.
just given up. They've given up so much space. I mean, they've gotten the frags in return, but for a while they're just playing so passively. I don't know if that was the intention or if they were running a bit scared, but you know, I think Nutdragger's a little bit lucky to come out of the mid with the frags that they got, but it's not enough frags. I think Pastel will be able to hold a second off of this. At the very least, I don't think they're gonna keel over and just give it up. But
Gonna see a bomb in onto Jamon. Jamon's down so weak. He doesn't actually have the Uber to pop. I think they would have gotten that force, but that's actually going to buy them enough time to come back in. The fact that Jamon actually doesn't have his Uber is going to make it so they can't continue to push here. Q with a bit of better job building Uber here, as Bonesaw claims 2 frags to keep his team in it. Bonesaw's not done. He's in from kitchen on. Gonna meet up with the scout buddy. They're gonna gun down Skater. Scout's gonna make it out with Jamon. As Bonesaw's not done, he wants to keep going. He's gonna eventually give up the chase in Saw here, but really good play from Pastel Mirage to break the momentum here from Nutdraggers.
definitely, I mean, we see all the time in these games. You know, once one team gets momentum on their side, it's so easy to snowball this. We saw this last night in the invite game, where one of the teams, I think it was Ford, brought it back 4-0 down to 4-4 on Metalworks, ties it up. So this is still anybody's game. This is, you know, it's not over. Don't write Pastel out.
Yeah, and they're going to get in onto the point. Their Uber's going to be popped off as the other team's going to find their Uber. Beep Boop and Skater are going to die once again. Dubthink dies on the other side of things. J6, it's a car crash of a push for Pastel Mirage. Drew Religion's going to find a clean 2 shots onto Percy there, but not going to find... Drew Religion once again on the other scout, going to get absolutely
He's playing
destroyed.
the high ground.
You can't fight me, Anakin. I've got the high ground. Absolutely destroys both the scouts on the side of Nutdraggers. Jamond and Q both live there, so we're going to have a bit of an Uber advantage, though, because I think Q left that fight early. He did get out alone, but he does live. Gunnas and Skater are here on 2, but their team isn't able to support them. They're going to be jumping around, trying to make it out. Gunnas, nice spam rocket from Dubthink. Not going to make it out. But once again, they do have the Uber ad here. If Pastel Mirage tries to push, if they don't end this fight quickly, it could be a disaster for them. They have about a 20
just going
ad.
in dry.
Yeah, they're going for the try push, knowing off that pick. They know they need to make things happen, but Atomic can find so much damage into both of those players, and they are going to be coming up on the Uber. Q's trying to leave from this lower area. Looks like Q's going to make it out. He's going to climb it out. He's on bats here, but he's got nobody with him. Something's on the chase, though. He's going to get the pack on the point. Soldier's jumping in. He's going to get counter jumped by the other soldier. Q eats so much damage down to just 24 HP. Skater not able to clean that one up. But Gutta's going to find Bonesaw on the back lines here. Once again, just an absolute nail-biter here as Nutdraggers are trying to find their way off last, but Pastel Mirage is limiting their losses here, making it almost impossible for them to get off last.
I just want to point out something real quick before this next push happens. Dubthink is wearing an Oz Fortress Open Participant Season 25 medal, which he got from playing on my team. That's the only thing I have to say about that.
An astute observation, a little bit of lore of Dubthink's competitive history. As we are going to see a sniper duel here. It's going to be Skater versus Bonesaw here, so We're gonna see. Oh, nice shot from Bonesaw into Skater, but Skater a little too healthy for that one. Gonna eat that
Bonesaw
headshot.
so aggressive with that pick right there. No fear whatsoever. He keeps on getting these shots off on Skater too. He's certainly asking questions of Skater right here.
I say he's getting the better of him, but he was unbuffed the first couple times. He is going to get tanked, though. He's going to get his 185. It looks like he's rotating from the drop-down side of things. Nobody's watching the drop-down, so it looks like Bonesaw is going to be able to get a free peek here, as he's going to get met by the Engineer here. So the Engineer is watching him, but he... Oh, and Skater.
Goes down.
Good call from his Engineer. He knows exactly where he's coming from. Bonesaw not buffed enough to live that headshot, and Skater's going to take him down. But Gun is going to go down on the counter sack here, so... Really slow play from Pastel Mirage. Again, this is map point for them. If they give up another round, it is going to go the way of Nutdragger. So they have 13 minutes left. They know they have time to work with, but they have to really minimize their losses if they want to have any chance to win this map. As Skater's going to switch over to Spot.
Skater's come up on Spy. Ooh.
Oh, Dub Thing's in. Dub Thing's going to find a really good first rocket into Jamon, but Jamon with a really, really good serve. Going to make it out of there.
Skater on the Spy class. Who will he stab?
I mean, I'd imagine he's going to want to find a pick onto Q or J6. Anything else really isn't worth it for him, but J6 has, or not J6, Q has his back against the wall, so I think his only real option... Oh, he's actually going to pick the scout! He got a 185 by the medic. He's going to be trying to go for a few pistol shots, going to whiff those a little bit, but damage is done. But Beep Boop on the other side of things is actually going to pick up the counter spy here.
Skater lives off of that too. They did not find him in the post stab chaos.
Yeah, and Beep I think is actually on the default invis watch.
It's a bold
Yeah, he's
play,
on the default invis watch, so he's actually able to make it in so deep. Jamon has no idea. Jamon's gonna go down, and he gets Skater. Oh, that's all of the opening they need. Instantly, they're in on the top left from Pastel Mirage.
Aggression. The sentry's gone down. The 3 down already. It's just a scout, soldier, and a demo. And the scout, he's got so much cap time on this point. They're just standing up. They just got to take care of this one last scout. He's doing a masterclass in dodging and weaving, but it's not going to be enough. We're at 4-4.
Yeah, it's anybody's game here. We have just a little more than 11 minutes left in the second half here of Snakewater for either team to get around to try and take map 1.
This match is nuts, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, it looks like Skater's going for a bit of an unorthodox roll. He's going to be rolling out to his lower. Looks like he's going to be going to his own team's kitchen here. So we'll see if he can find anything from the passive play from his own kitchen. As we are going to see Atomic go down really early. Beep Boop's going to find that one. Going to die to his own self-damage. The Scout and Soldier going to be pushing across the point for the side of Pastel Mirage. See if they can find anything. Dub Thing is really weak in the lower area. Is going to get cleaned up. So 2 soldiers for a demo here. This gun is going to actually take down. No heals on the side of blue. They need to end this fight really quickly. As they are going to focus on Percy instantly. That's what you like to see. They're going to try and get Jamon. Drew Religion's going to get gunned down though. Skater is going to die on the other side of things. But once again, Jamon does survive the mid. Bonesaw's in asking questions here on the other side of things. But he is not going to get favorable answers. He does die.
I don't even know any words for this, man. I'm also still waking up a little bit, but no, this has been some great back and forth action. Both teams really, they keep on asking the right questions of the other team. And right now, I see Boop Boop in a nice little hiding spot. Little sneaky play. He's gonna try to get onto this med. Will he? Oh, here comes the bomb. The med is hiding. He picks up Perk for his troubles, but he's just gonna get gunned down almost instantaneously. Excuse me. But this is these guys are just back and forth. This is Zoomer gaming at its finest, man. There's no sitting still. It's just Ritalin fueled frags coming out all over the place, man. I don't know.
It looks like we are going to see a slowdown here. Skater's going to bomb in, but Q is so passive on his other team's bats. He's sitting in the doorway to bat when that bomb happens. Dub thinks going to go for a counter sack and about 50 damage into Jamon, but both medics in really far back positions here. Neither team wants to try and lose this though, as we are going to see the soldier. Gunna is actually going to die in Saw, so 2 soldiers down on the side of Nutdraggers here. As Pastel Mirage is geared up to try and go from the catwalk. Bonesaw's going to peek it in, but he's actually going to get absolutely destroyed by both scouts, but it makes enough space for his team to try and get in here. They are going to get popped. They have a slightly better Uber on the side of Nutdraggers as both teams are exchanging spam on the point, but J6 goes down instantly. Really good sticky from Atomic to pop him straight up in the air, and Skater's going to trade out for Dubthink. Going to find some really good damage, though, on a Jury Religion, making it so he has to back up. They're going to just leave with Q as Beep Boop's going to jump his way out, as it looks like Nutdraggers are going to take 2 here, and they have the other team exactly where they want him. It's 4-4. They need 1 round. They have about 10 minutes left to try and make anything happen. As long as they don't beef this, they'll be able to have an opportunity to push into last.
I mean, as you say that, Beef Boop just gets caught out in lobby, so they're going to be without that third player for another 10 seconds. But they did get ELO up on the heavy weapons class, the heavy from TF2. He is out, getting buffed up, revving up his minigun. Soldier does come in for a sack, doesn't really get anything, but manages to escape on 66
It's just this ploy here, though. Skater's on last as Spy. He's going to be waiting for his Cloak and Dagger to respawn. Q has a lot of players around him, though, above the point, so it's going to be a really tough backstab for Skater to go for here.
Yeah,
Skater currently sitting in front of the spawn door. He better hope Dubthink doesn't come out of the spawn door here. Okay, he's gonna move away. I was gonna say, that's a poor position to be standing in if you're Skater.
He's listening to the cast right now.
Yeah. But, he's gonna be looking for any opportunity. Oh, but Dubthink with the massive brain goes Pyro, starts checking all the corners. Gonna take down Skater. Dubthink with the pine in chat.
I would imagine Dubthink might have gone up and done the spy check on his spy class, but
yeah, he did.
if not,
100%.
that's some 300 IQ play. You know, Dubthink's been around the block a time or two. He's played at high levels with as the medic main.
Oh,
and,
but Gun is a huge bomb! Gonna find a really good first rocket into Q, but he's gonna get a heavy between him. He's gonna find the business end of the minigun, but that was a crazy bomb. I love that speed shot in from top left that you can do from bats. Can you basically land you anywhere on the left side or almost directly above the point if you do it just right. But Gunna's not able to find it this time as Beep Boop wants to take his turn on the spy play. As Dubthink once again going to be checking for off classes as Gunna's going to take his turn on the sniper here.
He is also on the stock Invis watch. He's not running this Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, but the scout 100% knows. He's going to find a butter knife into the scout.
This is what happens.
Yeah, and he's going to go down. But they are going to know about the sniper though.
He gets an achievement for that.
Yo, the mid-grand finals achieve though.
Base,
at the end of the day, Gunnas
base.
wins this though. He got the achievement mid-grand finals.
It doesn't, first place medals, who needs them? Shoot the breeze achievement. Someone in chat, please figure out what that's for.
Yeah, so they're going to be
It's
trying to make some
actually
space
funny
for
as, bro.
Gunnas to get a peek into last. Q's going to rotate a little closer here, trying to make it harder for him to get any kind of get headshot here, but Blue team is playing so passive. I don't know if I like this because the thing is they don't have anybody directly in the doorways. If Gunnas wants to go for a hero shot, he's going to be able to get in from the doorway and presumably get the shot.
Well, he's trying to find the right space to go take a shot in lobby. He's on. Every now and then there's just a soldier comes up from under, and he's got the spot on under, but he's getting spammed out again. He's just gonna go down. Beep Boop just jumped right on top of him. Does get cleaned up by Skater, but you know you get the pick class. It's worth the trade.
Skater's gonna get in. Q down so weak is a really good clean first rocket into him. But once again, both the medics in this finals have done an excellent job of surfing away on these last holds, making it really hard for the other team's armor to force them.
Yeah, this is one of the difficult things about being in a grand final situation is that once you get to a spot where there's about 5 minutes left and the rounds are tied, maybe the willingness on the side of both teams to take a risky play, it's greatly lowered because nobody wants to make the call to make the play that loses the game.
Yeah, and Skater's going for the spy play once again.
So both teams quite passive. I don't think anybody really has a strong idea on how they want to push out.
Skater gets found once again by Dubthink on the pyro. Gunna's gonna bomb in. Actually gonna trade for Beep Boop here, so it's a decent trade for them. But they're gonna lose both their soldiers.
I think if you are Nutdraggers at the moment, being the team that's pushing into last, I think the best thing that you could do is maybe wait until you only have about 1 minute left on the clock, and then just take your chance and go for a push. Go for a push where you have enough time to initiate the fight, initiate the post fight, and get as much frags and delay as much as you can, or either get the point. But it gives you enough time to sort of formulate your plan, but then it wouldn't give Pastel enough time to then turn it around and go last to last. So
yeah,
I think
Beep Boop and Skater in a tense 1v1, but Beep Boop with the buff gonna be able to take down Skater. Drew Religion's gonna go down the other side of things, going through an aggressive peek. But I agree with you here, with just so little time left, I think if you're Nutdraggers, you kind of go for a couple minimal risk plays here. J6 gonna find Gunnas with a sticky trap. Right as Skater's gonna come up off his spawn, but yeah, like I said, being able to delay, there's only 3.5 minutes left. I think just maybe sacking one soldier a couple more times. Beep Boop's gonna go for a really high bomb, making space for his team. Pastel Mirage wants to make things happen. They don't want to go to a golden cap. They're getting antsy on last. It's a huge air shot gonna come in on Skater.
Force comes out. The force comes out. It's a terrible force. I mean, it's the right thing to do if you're on the other team, but it's so unlucky now. I mean, they have to get the point. They really have to be aggressive here, sort of a constrained aggression at the moment, because they need frags. They need to strike the fear in the hearts of Nutdraggers, because at full Uber ad for Pastel, or at full Uber ad for Nutdraggers, like that's really difficult to push into.
Yeah,
it's
they're
really
gonna slow push it in from Saul. They
against.
have not gotten used here. Soldier's gonna get juggled in. Beep Boop is down so weak, but Dubthink with the counter aggression, he's actually gonna get the force. So knowing they had an opportunity there, really good play from Dubthink, as their flank's actually gonna clean up a couple of frags here. So it's gonna be even frags. They do have an Ubered on the side of Pastel Mirage, but with just a little more than 2 minutes left, this is risky business. It's hard. They have to go really hyper aggressive to try and coast to coast it if they want to go push with this ad.
I think they have to be really aggressive, but they also have to make sure they're getting the right frags and make sure they're not dropping as many players as they can. I mean, that's sort of generic advice, but you get 2 minutes to play, you've got 1 round to win it all, and you do not want to go to a golden cap. That's when the nerves really start flying. So I think if you're Pastel Mirage, you've got to figure out what your entrance plan is. You don't want to get your med force, you got to get the other med, and at the moment,
doesn't look like they want to push off it, though.
Yeah, it seems like they're just content to set up shop, but that's also risky. That means, I think if you're Nutdraggers, you're gonna smell that little bit of fear from Pastel Mirage. Be like, listen, if they're gonna park the bus on full Uber ad, the ELO even saying the bus has come out. Screw it, man. You might as well take a shot, take a push.
But Beep Boop Skater dies in the drop down area. This could be huge for them, but yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for Nutdraggers to go for an all-in balls to the wall push. Unless Dubthink dies on the counter sack, though. I really don't like that. That was so late. That gives opportunity for Nutdraggers to try and push into last with an Uber ad. Looks like they're trying to go for it. They're walking in from the lower area.
The Uber has
They're gonna find a first
out.
sticky into Q. Oh, it's going to be roughly an even pop here. Gunna's going to be trying to make it out, but they are going to lose Sage. But Jamon's not going to make it out of this one. Is it going to be a car crash of a push?
Helmet's going to go down, yeah. I think that is going to be a car crash. A big jump on the heavy. It's not going to do much. That's a full wipe. They are going to have to... I don't think it's enough for a last-to-last push, but...
No, 40 seconds is not enough. You can win mid to last in about 47 seconds. But that's assuming you don't have to cap 2, and there's just 30 seconds left for them to cap mid and 2. Unless Nutdraggers go AFK, it's over for this. We are going to be going to a golden cap on map 1 here.
Golden cap on map 1. The NA at TF2 is lit, man. This is so
It looks
fun.
like Nutdraggers want to try and go for a really aggressive push. There's just 7 seconds left, though. I don't think they're going to be able to get this. Yeah, it's just 5 seconds. Nobody's on last. Gunda's going to be trying to bomb in, but he's going to find the business end of the minigun. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
But it's going to be
that's
4-4 in regulation time here. We are going to be going to a golden cap. As instantly the Nutdraggers ready up. No fear.
No fear whatsoever. I mean, but this has been such an entertaining game of TF2. This is what I like about the lower divs of any division, is that it's a lot more scrappy. You have a lot of teams who are just willing to just press the issue and just go, 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 go. It reminds me of a very early Sixes, early in the development, where there was no pause. There really was no big stalemates. It was just like, oh, we're just gonna push in. And right, so you get a lot of these team fights, you get a lot of the big frag moments in the game, whereas, you know, maybe at the higher levels, because it's a much more constrained and measured game, you don't really get the back and forth action as you sometimes see in the slower divisions. So regardless of how the end result is going to be, both teams are putting on one hell of a show, and I'm very glad that our good friend, whatever his name was, who was casting with you earlier, had to drop off.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Shout out to all the ISPs that are, you know, hardly doing their jobs while everybody's quarantined. But you know,
we love it. We love it. Well, while we get readied up for this golden cap, I have to run to the bathroom real quick. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think we got some time. We got Q's and spectate right now, so it looks like he's taking about the same. I'm gonna take this opportunity to quickly tab out and look at the logs here while we wait. Gotta pull them up though on the old other monitor real quick. So a decently slow game overall, despite the fact that it was decently back and forth, some low damage numbers. Atomic's going to be top damaging in both halves, and it looks like he had 17 frags in both halves, but Beep Boop and Gunnas in the second half are both going to tie at a big 23, both at a big 260 DPM as well, being pretty close to Atomic. Looking at the stat that matters the most, the air shots. It looks like, yeah, Beep Boop with the big 15 combined between the two halves. That's what you like to see. You know, air shots, obviously the most important stat, especially on logs. So, we can get the logs a little bit more. It looks like both teams pretty even across the board, but yeah, if we could get a combined log. We have the technology, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it looks like Q is back, so we should be going live hopefully pretty shortly here.
Yes, hopefully. I have returned as well.
Yeah, I was saying, Nutdraggers instantly readied up. They showed absolutely zero fear. Just taking a peek at the Uhl logs real quick. You know, Atomic putting up some big damage numbers. It's what you like to see on a map like Snakewater, and especially because the second two maps in the series are both King of the Hill, and having a demo that's putting out more damage is absolutely essential, especially getting early damage in those mid fights and in those transition fights is absolutely crucial. So, you know, Atomic boding well for his team. I said this, I think if it goes to clear cut, that 100% that Nutdraggers would take it. They are undefeated on it this season, even in the playoffs, to my understanding. So, yeah, red team's projectiles putting in the works. It looks like the blue team scouts are trying to do their best to try and even it out, but in regulation time, neither team had a great enough advantage to really discern that. So we are going to be going to an overtime round.
But look at how many times both meds have died. This has been such a back and forth game with so many frags being traded. And Jamond, 10 deaths. Q, 13 deaths. Like both of these meds, I mean, Jamond, to be fair, in all fairness, had 3 drops across both halves. But even then, both of these meds are playing really out of their mind, and I mean, we keep on seeing these big surfs. They're positioning themselves immaculately, positioning themselves very, very well, and doing a much better job positioning themselves than I am at pronouncing words at times. Neither here nor there. But the frags as well, like Nutdraggers just keep on getting, sort of eking out those frags at most opportune times. 161 frags to Pastel's 140 frags. But I mean, you know, this game is just it's so back and forth, and I think 4-4 is an accurate, probably, like, you know, it's an even game, even scores, and you know, the only way to break that deadlock is a golden cap, and it looks like we're gonna be readying up here soon. They readied up, and then like, no, we're not ready quite yet, but now they are readied up. So we're gonna go live for this golden cap. Take us away, Nick, my friend.
Yeah, I think this has to bode well for the Nutdraggers. I think outside of small sample size, they've been doing incredibly well in the mid fights. Q's done a really good job of living late in a lot of these mid fights, so that does bode well for them, but it does give your team a massive advantage if you're winning a lot of the mids. Atomic gonna find a first couple stickies into the players coming out from Saw, as Skater's gonna be rolling out lower. Once again, Gun is rolling out top left for his team, finding some decent spam into both of the scouts. Bonesaw is not going to die early on this mid. That's what you like to see, as they have a bunch of top control on the side of blue. Beep Boop's going to be jumping in, going to eat a huge rocket on the other side of things. He's down to just so low HP, down to just not going to get cleaned up here. Stub Think was down to 1 HP, also going to get arrowed up by his medic. The one arrow is not going to be enough. Both scouts come and clean him up, and once again, the Nutdraggers take this mid.
Yeah, both teams are playing very, very passive, and no team really took control of the high ground. But you know, I'm always a big fan. You know, fortune favors the bold in this
Q
situation.
gets served in.
He gets forced as well.
That was so
Force.
big. Skater wasn't able to find him, but he caught him in the doorway. But Q did a really good surf out, but he's not able to find safety, as red team had another scout ready to try and get enough chip damage into him. As that we are going to see the red team pushing in from Saul. They're going to find so much damage into Drew Religion. Skater.
Oh, the drop!
Oh,
Holy shit!
Jamon with
Gun
the
is
4th drop.
Big Beat Boop just jumps in right from cheese, and 2 rockets air shots him.
Oh,
Pardon my French there, but what a play.
But
They do
Perk's
drop
able to
3.
find a frag on the other side of things, and oh my god, Skater on the other
just
side of things
J6.
catches him in the doorway. Skater coming up absolutely huge. There's so many med picks, and big campaign. That Sage on the other side of things is actually going to pick up J6. This is an opportunity for red team to try and push into last, but nobody went back for their medic. But Jamon's thinking on the aggressive page here. He's on the crit screen.
I wonder if he goes on the crit screen when he dropped. My HUD doesn't show that, but
Mine doesn't either, but I don't know. It was such a fast bomb. I don't even think
as I was saying about that mid fight, fortune favors the bold in these situations, and I think if you're going to be bold, you know, might as well go for a cheeky crits play, right? You know, you're going to build faster. You're going to be able to do some fat damage, assuming that the player that you're critzing hits his shots. And I'm gonna hop on their cam right now.
Yeah, I'm on the Atomic cam. He's been pounding all game, and
looks like he
just
wants
giving
to
him
take
times
this
3 damage.
in on the demo, going up from drop down.
They're trying to spam the sentry gun. They are gonna find it.
Does go down, and they're gonna
pop it off. Sticky's gonna find the demo man. They are gonna pop the Uber on the other side of things. Atomic trying to juggle the Uber here. They have a player in on the point.
There's
They're
so
getting
much tap time. There's so much tap time on the point. They just have to get the frags. And then
they're
just
so
sneeze
weak
onto
on the
med
side
goes
of blue.
down.
Nutdraggers absolutely farming them as they come to point. A scout gets in, and that's gonna be the golden cap.
Oh god, that was so beautiful. Oh, I just saw him. It's the most beautiful crits I've ever seen. They get the sentry, just charges up a sticky, and then he just crams a crit sticky right down the throat of the other team demo man. Oh my god.
Yeah, and the counter Uber came in for Q and the rest of his team, but they really weren't able to find anything, and they had constant point pressure. That's what you want to see, with players slowly trickling onto the point, especially when you generate a 2-player ad like they did with that crit screen, and they forced the error out of the side of Pastel, Mirage, and Nutdraggers up 1-0. But the last 2 maps we have in this...
My heart is pounding in my chest right now. I'm that hyped up about that game. Oh my god. And now we're going to product, man.
Yeah, we have product, and if we need it, our decider is going to be clear cut.
It's mid-fight, the map. It's just going to be a back and forth DM fest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the big frags, the fat plays that you saw on Snakewater, like, this is going to be this. Like I said, this is like Ritalin-fueled Zoomer gaming at its finest, and I think it's going to be that times 10 on product, man. This is, I'm getting hyped up. Do we have logs? I want to see some logs from that.
We do have combined logs for
combined
logs. They do say a little bit of misinformation. It does say 5-4, which I think is actually accurate. No, it's 5-4 for the wrong team. But at the end of the day, we do have some golden cap stats here to add to that.
Our producer Mitch is telling us stuff, but let's just ignore the
at the end of the day, I
score
would assume
on
the
the
stats
logs.
are right. But like logs is a weird thing where if you have another round, sometimes it just randomly assigns a team like around, like because
Yeah.
especially with the RGL config, if the half doesn't end on like on the win limit, which it doesn't happen always, it just randomly assigns the round, like if you have like 30-40 seconds of a rollout to a team.
I mean, logs are great, damage is great, all the DPM and the frags, but in a golden cap, there's only one stat that matters, and it's who caps the point, who wins the round. And I think both teams in that last map were so evenly matched that I mean, if it takes a golden cap to break the stalemate, like it's been a bloody good game or a bloody boring game, but fortunately for us, it's a bloody good game. And both teams for the cheekiness of coming up on the crits and then using that as your ace in the hole, as your your fortune favors the bold play. A very very wise idea. But even then, like looking at one of the scouts, Big Bang campaign, whatever his name is, 6-1, picking up 6 frags in the golden cap. You can't allow that to happen if you're Pastel Mirage. Jamond, only 1 death. It was an unfortunate drop, but had he not have dropped, it would have just been a complete like mid to last roll. And but it's a new map, new map, new us, right? That's the phrase, I believe it is. And,
and that's got to be the mindset here for Pastel Mirage, because they are on their final potential map here for their tournament life to try and win RGL Season 2 IM. They need to win this and take it to clear cut, show them who's boss. And King of the Hill is exactly the game mode you want to see for that, though, because King of the Hill is so momentum based. It can be really, really tilting as a team if you're not quite on the same page and you're trying to make things happen, and you're bombing as a soldier and just getting instantly focused down, or if the other team's demo is getting crazy sticky trap kills and stuff. It can be really tilting, and especially because we have 2 back-to-back Koth maps, like it's going to be really important to see if Pastel Mirage, if they can win this, right? And whatever teams that are starting to lose rounds, if they're able to keep their head in the game.
Yeah, and it's one of those. I don't know. Every map is a momentum map where you want to set the pace early, but especially on product where it's so back and forth. You really want to just, as I've always said, just stamp your authority down. Like, let the other team know, especially if you're Pastel. Okay, we might have lost the last map, but that's not going to happen this map, right? And this is a map that is going to favor the DM lords of the team. And I mean, we saw last map that Nut Draggers were getting the better frags. They're getting at least more frags, better frags in the sense that they got the frags that they needed to win the map. So if they're they're really gonna have to I don't know, to kill people. My brain is not working at the moment, but I'm very interested to see. I think we're going to see. I think Percy is quite a good sniper, so I'd expect to see him off class here and there.
He might be class locked. I was actually trying to look into that, seeing if I could find the old thing. I know he is an invite Highlander player. He's a very, very talented sniper, but I actually think he's class locked just because of how low of a division he's playing in.
Interesting. They are dropping in the chat that he's class locked. Percy himself saying, I'm class locked.
Yeah.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to see him come up on the sniper, but we're still going to see some fat frags. Like I said, last
but we did
map
see on his
had
team
my
a couple
heart
people
pounding.
did pick up the sniper rifle. So I mean, I don't necessarily know if that translates into direct sniper DM, if they were just feeling themselves like, hey, I've been pounding on soldier, give me a chance on sniper to make something happen, right? But they did have a couple of other people play sniper. I don't know if anybody on the side of Pastel Mirage is a sniper.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
I mean, Bonesaw did have some pretty crazy, I'm gonna Chad peek the other sniper and hit some crazy headshots. So maybe we might see some Bonesaw sniper. But this is a map that does favor 2 scouts, so it'd be interesting to see if one of the scouts wants to snipe, if the team has a soldier that can flex on the scout.
I mean, we do see in European TF2. I know it's a dirty word, European TF2. Bear with me here. They do like to run that perma sniper theory. So I expect if there are players on either team who are confident enough in their sniper DM skills to run a sniper out. And, you're probably going to see it used 5 or 6 times during this map. Certainly, as you said, last map we saw a whole number of different players go sniper and try to make a pick and a push happen from that. So there's no reason to expect that it won't happen on this map as well. I'm curious, Nick, after last match, do you have any predictions? Because we are going live right now.
I think just based on the mid fights, you said this was mid fights the map. Nutdraggers had absolutely better mid. I think Pastel Mirage won 3 out of the 9, so I think this is going to favor the Nutdraggers here. I'm gonna say they're going to get it 4-2 here.
Well, Jamonda's on the crit early on in this map, so maybe it worked last map, might work this map, but let's see how this is unfolding. It's just your standard spam across the point. Dupthink has gone behind trying to distract.
Oh, Atomic gets a huge arrow from Jamon. That absolutely saves the mid fight for him there. And we're gonna see Dupthink in the backlines trying to buy some time for his team, but Jamon with an absolutely huge arrow is gonna save Atomic, and gonna see some good cleanup here from the side of red, as they do have this crits advantage. Q I think he ate a spam pipe really early in the mid, and yeah, we are gonna see True Religion instantly switch over to Sniper here.
Sniper plays come out. It's only been 15 seconds. You love to see it, folks.
He's gonna miss his first shot, and Percy sees him 100%. Gonna find another body shot here into Skater, who is now changed to MK Ultra. The classic alias change between maps mid-grand finals. Exactly what you'd be thinking about is how can I style on the other team. Gonna be going for an air shot here on a Dupthink. Gonna miss the first one, but he's gonna get the cleanup rocket. They're gonna trade 1-for-1 though. Bonesaw is gonna be really good to clean it up. But Bonesaw's playing on the flank. I don't know if I like this because they have no scout playing with their combo. Atomic does have this crits in his back pocket here to use. So if he can find an opening, he might be able to try and get this in. Gunna's eats a bunch of damage,
right on the
Gunna's
It's
gonna take him down, but True Religion actually takes down Percy. So trade out 2-for-1 here, but they don't have heals. They gotta make something happen. They do have this crits for potential cleanup, but it doesn't look like Jamon wants to use it. Looks like they're favoring their odds here.
Yeah, I think it's probably the safe play. They realized that they didn't exactly have the players to help them out on this point.
On Jamon.
Big jump, but it better serve. But yeah, they realized they didn't have the players to really make the stay in worth it, but now they can just push back in with full crits at, and it looks like Jamon's going for a big flank.
Oh,
he's
there
gonna
it
use
is.
it on Gunna.
Ooh, but True Religion on the other side of things is gonna get a body shot into Atomic.
Big soldier crits. You love to see it. Too many medics are like, nah, I'm just gonna use it on the demo. Like, nah, your soldier, he can just rain down fat damage all day with his rocket launcher. Use it on him, and they do to great effect. Only picking up one player, but it's still to great effect in my book. But
Gunna's is in. Oh, get down, Mr. President. J6 is gonna face check that rocket. Gonna make it so there's no danger for Q to go down. Q down though, eating a couple sticky. Gonna be found very, very weak. They are gonna take control of this point as they have about a minute here. They need to try and claw back. They're pinned down by the sniper behind this house. As True Religion sitting up here on the China. So many good angles he can take here.
They've really got to figure out how they're going to re-enter from this point, because as we've been speaking, Q has leveled out his Uber, and it's just going to be a big bomb. He gets the force, a bit of a pussy pop there, no damage on Q whatsoever. Probably could have served it, but that's okay. And now they're just going to be able to re-enter with the crit side. True Religion.
Oh, that's not what you want to see out of Elijah. A little bit of beef there on that sniper, but he is going to end up getting the frag anyways. The sniper does crater.
Well, that's one of the things that you can do on this map. If you don't have the point, you're just able to sack in players, but they're gonna use the crits.
Jamon pops those crits though onto a top. Jamon gets bombed though. Really nice serve out. Beep Boop not gonna find his man once again.
Yeah, Atomic doesn't get anything with those crits as well. Very unfortunate, but it's okay because players are overextending on the side of Pastel Mirage, and they're just getting picked up. And there's a big bomb into corner.
Q goes down.
Q goes down from Gunna, who died just a second before, but he already got the rocket out, so it's not going to matter, baby. It's all good. But as I say that, Atomic, a little bit overextended, very lucky to get out of that cliff area with his life intact. And imagine now, we're probably just going to start seeing some sack waves come in, but Knock Hughes has committed as well. I think they realize there's only a minute left on the board. They've got to make these plays happen. They are at a significant crits disadvantage, and Q is still up on the metagun, but they're going to have to either sack in or, get some sort of play going quick, because the crits can come out. The crits do come out. They haven't gotten anything. Jamon just goes down. Dupthink with a massive frag. Soldier tries to jump. but he's going to get cleaned up. Gunna is, and Pastel Mirage are going to retake this point. Retake the point with 50% Uber ad, but the sacks are coming in. Q is down to 25 health, and he gets taken down by the winger. Big Bank Campaign, you know, saying, I want some of this bailout money too. And just gets the frag.
He's going to bail his team out of a poor situation. They have just 30 seconds left on the clock to about a minute on the other side of the team's. Nice air shot coming out. Going to be hitting Boop there. Going to deny him. But Percy's going to die on the other side of things. Zero Religion down to just 2 HP. But it looks like he's going to be able to make his way out safe and sound. It's going to get that health pack. They do have an advantage here on the side of Jamon, who's back on the normal Medigun with the very late death of Q. Beep Boop's going to go for the rebomb here. Not going to get it died this time. It's going to get bombed in once again. As Gunna's biggest fan. But Jamon!
He gets Atomic! Oh, Dubthink
with the 3K. That's a meaty bomb.
3K. Dubthink just going absolutely huge, channeling his inner Oz Fortress energy to get the 3K and possibly save the round for his team.
Yeah, and times are going to cross over here. This is the first time that Pastel Mirage has had an advantage in this round, and they're running with it. They're about to have an Uber with just 15 seconds left on the clock. Nutdraggers need to make something happen, and fast. They're going for a very quick sack wave. They are going to get the force out of Q, but they're so weak on the other side of things. Both their soldiers are so weak. MK Ultra, that's Elijah's going to get healthy here, but they're cleaning up all the frags. It's just going to be Atomic trying to save this for his team. Not going to be the hero they need this time. It's going to be the first round going to Pastel Mirage.
Dubthink saved him that round, I guarantee it. I saw him with a fat 3K, dropping the med, dropping the demo, dropping a soldier, and 1-0 in the side of Pastel Mirage. But we're on second mid-fight. Let's see how this goes. I'm the True Religion cam. He's just gonna, you know, doing his scouts do, just try to get some opening frags. Demos are trading stickies across the point. Some pipes coming out as well from the side of Atomic. But MK Ultra goes down, Dubthink goes down too, but then there's a big
Jamon dies though.
Jamon dies to the big Beep Boop bomb, and that's actually a full wipe. Pastel Mirage just cleaning up the team effortlessly. That's a really good mid, and especially having lost that first map, getting around on the board, wiping the team on the second mid-fight as well. Q does go down, and they're going to be at a slight uber disad, but, you know, if you can knock some time off the board, all the better.
Yeah, and we do see... We're going to see the recontest here for the side of Nutdragger, trying to make some space for their team. They're going to find a ton of damage into Dubthink. Dubthink's actually going to get cleaned up. Gunna's going to make it out, but the rebomb in from Beep Boop is going to kill Atomic. Beep Boop's and Gunna's both going to die to their own self-damage. You're going to say a truth to 2 here, but with no demo on the side of Nutdraggers, it's going to favor J6 here because he's able to put out more damage than a soldier. But Your Religion gets cleaned up by Percy on the point. Percy with some nice clean shots there take him down.
Yeah, they're just sort of patient at the moment, just trying to exchange spam, edge the cap a little bit, you know, really force players to start looking at them and take the space that they can draw up from that. And but they still haven't capped the point, and Nutdraggers have lost a minute off of this cap. They've finally recapped it, but that's and actually Uber gets forced out of Pastel Mirage, and they've really got to do their best to get some sort of frag. They force the other
Atomic
team's
dies.
Uber.
Atomic dies mid Uber. There's so many players around Jamon, but Jamon just was indecisive. They really wanted to go forward to save his backline, and he ends up getting punished for Atomic and Elijah are both gonna die as he's getting chased by a scout. There's no scout here to help Jamon, but Jamon is gonna make it out. Bonesaw is gonna opt to go chase Percy instead. Gonna have about a 25% advantage here for Q and his team, which is really good because they've done an excellent job of holding on to this point. They've got almost a whole minute advantage in this round.
Yeah, and they've been doing well in that last Uber advantage, or that last Uber fight. They managed to pick up 2 of the other players and really just force out Nutdraggers as a result. And you're gonna see just more spam traded out left and right from the teams. You know, bomb, people taking hide on Pride Rock. They're edging the cap. The Uber does come out. Jamon does not have it. He's only got 66%. He's going to be taken down by Your Religion. A really good frag there. Gunna's biggest fan is right on the met. He does not manage to pick up the frag as the Uber fades. Really good aggression right there on the side of Pastel Mirage. They're playing this map very well. They're recognizing when they have these big ads, and they're recognizing when Nutdraggers has positioned themselves very poorly, and they're taking advantage of it by just Ubering straight in and using some aggression on them. And the ending demo he is on the mid, but he's going to get cleaned up. but there's no scouts with Pastel Mirage. You know, they're kind of distracted. They're all over the place, but it does not matter because you're getting the frags. Vermont in no man's land is going to get cleaned up as well, and you have to wonder if you're on Nutdraggers, like, you wonder what's going on in the comms, if they're starting to get tilted, a little bit frayed, or if it's just, you know, the power of Pastel Mirage is too much.
Yeah, like I said, this is King of the Hill is very, very mentality based. It can get really tilting, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing. Is we're seeing Nutdraggers really devolve. They looked so good when they were playing aggressive on Snakewater, but that's not what they're looking like here on Product. They've committed to a couple of fights that have been poor for them. A couple overcommitments when the other team has Uber. Q's gonna pop this Uber off. There's just 10 seconds left in the round. Jamon's under so much pressure. Really excellent surf on the cliff, but he's getting chased down. Soldier's gonna steal the pack there. But it looks like they're gonna win the fight. They're overcommitting resources onto Jamon here, who's gonna make it out. They are gonna get a couple of consolation frags, but it looks like Red Team's able to win it out on just slivers of HP across the board. Everybody winning their 1v1s, just barely.
Yeah, but sometimes you need that. But now in this situation, they're really gonna have to play extremely tight and coordinated because you're gonna see a lot of.
Oh, and the scout from behind, Bonesaw. Where's my elo? He comes in and collects. He shows him he's got more elo than Jamon.
Bada bing,
And that's what you want to see.
What was I gonna say? Exactly. You know, the sacks were gonna come in. Jamon really had to be careful with his life there.
Gunna's gonna trade out frag, but they get off the point. Nobody's gonna be able to contest, and Pastel Mirage caps to make it 2-0, taking the first half of Product.
God damn, dude. This is nuts.
Yeah, and
It's
Bonesaw absolutely came to play on Product.
Yeah.
He has 33 points on Scout. He was going absolutely wild. I think 2 or 3 different times he was on 5 or 6 kill streaks, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of, especially, you know, I said this before, but if you're on Pastel Mirage, you know, and you lose your first map pick, you know, you really want to set the standard and, you know, set the tone for map number 2. And I mean, they've done that to great effect. The first round was a little bit shaky. Both teams had a lot of time on the board, but that second round, I mean, it was just about as one-sided as you can get without the other team's clock reading, you know, 3 minutes. Like, they're just coordinated. They're bombing at the right time. They're following up on the massive damage that's being put out as well. Both soldiers, Dubthink and Beat Boop, you know, going absolutely massive. Dubthink, as I mentioned earlier, had a big 3K that saved them around. You know, Beat Boop as well. I've seen him make some big bombs and these big plays at the most opportune times. And I think if you're on Nutdraggers, it looks like they're losing that synergy. They're getting a bit disconnected, and they're playing emotionally, I guess is what you could say, where they're not playing with that team coordination and that big dick energy that we saw on the last map. They're playing a lot more reserved. They're playing a lot more individualistic. They're not playing as a collective. I guess the best way to put it is, right now, Pastel Mirage is a team in a mumble, and Nutdraggers is 6 guys in a Discord call. And there's a big difference between the two. So Nutdraggers really gonna have to search in, pull something out of the sack, and really come out swinging this second half. Because as it stands, you really don't want to go to a third map, and if the third map is another cough map, you know, that's anybody's game. And right now, it's been Pastel Mirage's game.
Yeah, we are rejoined by Aquila, so welcome back, Aquila.
Good to be back.
How are you, man?
We're
Welcome
gonna make
back.
this a 3-person cast now.
Hey,
I might have to mute myself because my girlfriend, bless her heart, she is working from home. She does need to make a big phone call, so
Hi,
I will
Jazz,
let you
girlfriend,
guys.
How are you doing?
She
It's been a while.
she's doing quite well. Yeah. Well, don't come back, please. Anyways, you guys take it away. I'll mute myself, and I will find a way to reintroduce myself when the time is right.
Yeah, and
thanks
to
for
take a peek
stopping
at
by.
the logs. Yeah, I do appreciate Jazz coming in saving me as Aquila has some internet issues. Gives me time to breathe. But to take a peek at the logs, I think an absolutely huge thing, just because we are going to be going live, is J6 is 11-2 with 444 DPM, and he's got a 10k AD right now. So he's absolutely pounding, putting in absolute work over Atomic. We'll see if they can even it out here in the second half. Nutdraggers took their time, maybe gave themselves a bit of a team pep talk here. As Elijah's going to be getting into the flank and have a really early high bomb. Going to find a bunch of damage into Beep Boop. Beep Boop up in the air. Elijah's going to get the pack in the backlines, but nice rocket coming out of Beep Boop with the direct to take him down. But so much space was made for his team that they're able to push across the point. This is what we saw from the Nutdraggers in the first half that we were missing here on Product.
Yeah, I love that little exchange that just went down between Beep Boop and MK Ultra in the back. It was great. It looks like
so
at the end of the day, Nutdraggers is going to come out on top. I don't really know how the score's been going, but 2-0,
yeah,
2-0.
it's 2-0 for Pastel Mirage. Map 1 ended 5-4 for Nutdraggers and a clencher of a golden cap. But Jamon does die. I completely missed that as we're trying to catch a goal up the speed here. We are going to see Drew Religion on the sniper. Elijah's going to try and go through a flank through spawn, but J6 and Beep Boop are going to shut that down. Looks like Gunna's biggest fan. He's just going to bomb out. I thought he was going to go for the Chad play, but it looks like he's going to value his life. But Atomic with the Sticky Trap onto J6 here. Not having a demo is really important, and Q doesn't have Uber for like another 10 seconds here, so there's an opportunity for them to re-aggress and try and get in.
Yeah,
Gunna's going to go for the Turbo I-Bomb. Going to land on China, but they aren't able to get onto Q. Q's at 95%. He's going to secure this Uber, so there's really good repush opportunity for them.
Very quick Uber coming out of them, leading the scout Drew Religion and onto the demo, managing to pick up Atomic, which is already huge for them, but they got players in the backline that they're going to have to deal with. MK Ultra, and oh, they're going to get the pick onto J6. He's unfortunately now out of the fight. That is 3 players down on the side of Pastel Mirage. They're going to have to be forced into backing up here. Beep Boop kind of caught in a little mid-fight between MK Ultra and another scout, but looks like he's going to reroute with the rest of his team. Drew Religion taking the fight against him. He's going to be able to clear out that soldier pick, and the aggression comes out once again from Pastel Mirage, getting some good damage onto the scouts. Percy goes down. That is huge for Pastel Mirage. Looks like they're going to be able to hang on to this.
Yeah, it looked like a really good start for the round for Nutdraggers here, as times are roughly evening out. Again, Bonesaw, I think, has been coming up really big, putting out some consistent damage, getting his team the recap there, but we are going to see a slight Uber advantage for Jamon. It's only about 10%, but it looks like they want to go with it. They're going to be taking it in. Yeah, Q's going to get his Uber here, so, but Atomic putting out some good damage on the other side of things, going to find a pipe, and both teams are going to pop at roughly the same time, but Think is going to kill Elijah here. But Atomic gets dropped once again. Jamon not able to flash his demo. Think going to be bombing in, looking for the pick, and they're going to clean up Jamon once again. It's all falling apart here. Gunna's biggest fan going to bomb and accidentally kills Think, trying to jump to save his own life. Gonna go down there to Drew Religion, but he gets the accidental trade, so not all is lost.
Yeah, as soon as Atomic went down that Uber exchange, it was no bueno for the rest of that team. You know, the rest of Pastel Mirage had them swarm. They could just clean it up in the post. And without Atomic there to put down stickies into nice space and put out spam, then you're just going to get walked over. And it looks like that's kind of what happened.
Yep, and we are going to see Elijah's going to find the sticky trap on the other side of things. He does not die to it, though. Atomic trying to find some spam across the point here. Going to find some decent damage in the other team's pocket. But we do see a big Uber advantage here for Q. Elijah's going to bomb in, trying to make space for his team, but they just get the cap. Percy's going to just get on the point. Gunna's going to trade with Bonesaw here, but they are going to get the faster Uber on the side of Pastel Mirage. Elijah going into the backline, but really good kiting here for the side of red. They're going to make it out, but it looks like they want to try and go for a forward hold on the side of blue, as Elijah's going to come back in and get absolutely shredded.
Yeah, no chance of even getting close there. Both the soldiers shutting him down promptly, but also good kiting there from Jamon. You know, they didn't give up any other players besides Elijah, and we have Beep Boop going for a deep bomb, going behind, drawing some eyes of the players, and the Uber comes out of Jamon, taking it in onto Demo. Atomic trying to get a pick onto the scout. 2 players going down in the backline. The Demo is still in. If they can catch anything else, it would be fantastic for them. But the rest of Pastel Mirage is able to play their spacing right and get out hopefully without trading their Demo.
Oh, J6 dies though. This is a really good opportunity as Purse is in onto Bonesaw there, but he's not going to be able to find the fry. Both scouts just favoring to live here. There's about a minute time dis-add for the side of Nutdragger, as Elijah's going to die in the backlines. Percy dies as well. Bonesaw coming up absolutely huge, collecting the elo left, right, and center. But both the soldiers go down in exchange for that, so... But I think that favors the team here with 2 scouts still. Jamon doesn't have his Uber yet. They are going to be trying to take this fight on the point. They're trying to follow up on this damage on the Q. Q down to just about 30 HP, but he's going to make his way out. Atomic dies once again. And where's my elo? Bonesaw coming up absolutely huge. Sure, Religion on a 5-kill streak of his own. The scouts for Pastel Mirage taking names.
Yeah, it's a... Oh, Jamon. Beep Boop, huge bump, picking up Jamon also.
That's huge, because now they're not going to have an Uber to recontest before this round's over. It's going to come down to a pure DM fight. Instantly, Elijah tries to go for a counter-sack, but his team is in no position to support him. He got absolutely sold out. Percy's going to jump in with his team. Atomic's going to find a pick on the double think. Gun is going to find a good amount of damage into the other team, but it's not going to be enough. Atomic's going to be jumping in, but absolutely shut down both the scouts and a pipe there to take him down. It's going to be 3-0 here for Pastel Mirage. An absolutely dominating start here to Product.
Yeah, they were turning up in that later half of that round there. Also, I think I'd have to give credit because I think Nutdragger's aggression there was uncoordinated, but it looks like we're going into the next mid here. We have a deep bomb coming in from Elijah. Oh my god!
Describe it to me. What did you see?
Huge double onto him.
4, 3,
But we do see favorable trades, though. Beep Boop's going to get in onto Atomic once again. Can they trade this out? All the projectile classes going to be going down. Beep Boop live! He's down to just 16. Okay, Percy does clean him up. A big bank campaign. It's going to be Sage going down. And Percy dies once again. Can Jamon make it out? The spawn is going to come in here. Elijah, that early death sort of pays off for him. Going to be able to make it so Jamon's able to live. It's going to be even Ubers here, but... Blue did cap and extended a couple of their spawns. An opportunity for Red to try and get in. Elijah's going to be so deep. He's actually in the other team's spawn. This could actually not pay off for him, though. He's going to find Bonesaw in a 1v1. Bonesaw has been collecting Elo all night. Elijah's actually going to try and make it out into main, buying a fair amount of time for his teams. The Ubers are exchanged, but he does die to his own self-damage, and Gun decides to dub think in the back line. As Beep Boop's going to bomb in, once again, find so much damage into Jamon and Atomic. Going to be finding so much damage, and once again, Dub think on the follow-up, so coordinated. Q gets a med frag of his own, starting dominance here in the medic matchup as Jamon dies once again.
Yeah, Pastel Mirage did a really good job of following up on that huge damage coming out of Beep Boop there. You know, completely wiping the combo of, Nutdraggers off the map. And it looks like they still hold on to control of that map. Jamon had a better Uber in that fight, but at the end I don't think anybody walked forward. But we have another double bomb coming in. It looks like they're going to pick up Dub Think here. Gunna's not able to find anything else, but that's going to draw enough eyes for Elijah to jump in. Huge surf from Q, managing to stay alive there, get the pack. Going to be up to full health again, and that's going to be their sack wave coming out. Jamon just building with his scout at spawn now, trying to even out the Ubers. So it looks like we're going to have an Uber exchange onto the point. Let's see what Percy can do on this flank right now. He's looking out for Beep Boop, taking the house here.
Yeah, but nobody's able to see Beep Boop here. Even spams a rocket, but he's not getting denied. He's able to find a first good rocket in Jamon, 2 really good rockets into Jamon, but he's a little too far away to get enough damage. He's going to get the pack here, but Nutdraggers has really struggled to take back the point. Just in general here on Product, they've looked so good on the Snakewater mids, but we're going to see the Ubers come out, and Atomic dies early in the Uber once again. Time and time again, Atomic is dying in these Ubers. His positioning really needs to change here, as J6 is able to just output so much more damage in these post Ubers. Dub Think dies on the other side of things. Atomic's gonna beat him to the fight because they do have faster spawns, but they have so much space on the point. As Jamon dies once again, J6 with 2 huge pipes takes down Elijah, takes down Jamon. J6 goes down. The damage is done. Not having a demo, a medic, and a soldier here, not gonna bode well for a post fight. As once again, Pastel Mirage wins another team fight.
Yeah, it looks like the positioning of Pastel Mirage has been so much better. They're playing a tight combo and picking out these players that are not flash. And it looks like Elijah and the Q, huge air shot gonna pick him up. That is going to put the Uber advantage in favor of Nutdraggers as they retake the point.
Yeah, and that might just be what Nutdraggers need. They are going to be trying to sell out for Jamon here. They are going to kill Atomic on the other side of things, and Jamon died! That's not what you want. Elijah with the huge play, but his team isn't able to find enough space for Jamon to live. They're going to be trying to hold it off here for like another 2.5 minutes. I mean, there's just 20 seconds left on the other side of things for Pastel Mirage, so I think if they give this up... Elijah with very sneaky plays in spot. But he sees him, he's in on the Q. Q ate some early spam there. Oh, but they see him, he gets called out by the soldier back to spawn.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of Pastel Mirage now walking through this concrete area, getting a pick onto Atomic. That might cement their control of this point. Only 15 seconds left, and they're coming up on their Uber advantage. They're going to deal with the player behind real quick. Beep Boop bombing onto him, putting some damage on him. And it looks like the scout is going to have to rotate through main. Beep Boop sees it coming,
He's
though.
just 6
getting
HP,
control,
though.
yeah. Yeah, not much you can do there, and the Uber's going to come out onto the point. They do drop one scout. Drew Religion, though, putting in some work, trying to pick up the medic and any other players that go in. Gunna's seeing what he can get, but it's just not going to be enough. And that's going to be the half.
Well, that's the second half. That's 4-0.
Yeah, the round, I mean, excuse me, in favor of Pastel Mirage.
Yeah, and that's absolutely dominating here for Pastel Mirage. And again, they're going to clear cut as a decider. King of the Hill is very much a mental game on top of like the actual DM game that's in front of you. It can be so tilting if you're not on the same page as your team, and especially because they're going to another King of the Hill map every second matter.
You're a little laggy. You're a little laggy, Nicholas.
Just a
yes.
touch.
I'm gonna let you know. But yeah, that was the second half, and that is going to put us to a game 3. Yeah, Nicholas wanted me to let everybody know that he loves Comcast. I love Spectrum. So yeah, huge shout out to the ISPs. Putting in work in this match.
That sounds like everybody's laggy. Am I laggy too, Mitch? Okay, perfect.
Shout out to all the ISPs out there.
The Americans are lagging, but the Australian with 200 ping to the Mumble server is not.
I'm fairly certain
Go figure.
This is like some Russian mumble. It's Chinese mumble. He said he got it from some Russian website, so it might actually be closer to you guys. I don't know.
Having internal conversations about our Mumble server. Let's go to some logs, though. Yeah, I think. I mean, just going off of what we saw on the map, it was I don't know, it's bloody massive, man. Like Pastel Mirage just going absolutely huge. Just such tight, clean play on the side of Pastel Mirage, and if I'm reading the seeds correctly, that would have been Nutdragger's pick for the map, correct?
Yeah.
They picked product.
Yeah, Nutdragger's picked product.
I am betting they're wishing they had that pick back because I don't know if they fell apart or if it was just the there's something about the coordination of Pastel Mirage, but they were just running train over them, man. Like it's not one-sided. It was, I mean,
that was dominance.
It was just completely dominant after the first round, because the first round, in all fairness, was actually rather close. But once they got that first round on the board, Pastel Mirage, they just smelled blood in the water, and they were, they're getting the frags. When they're taking the Uber exchanges, they were doing a really, really good job of focusing the players who weren't Ubered. And eventually it got to the point where it seemed like Nutdraggers were just, like I said earlier, they're just playing all as 6 guys in a Discord call, where not Pastel Mirage were playing as a team in a mumble, right? So it was very, very well done by Pastel Mirage. But as we always know, like what happens last map is only has some slimmer of relevance, because all that matters now is what's going to happen on this last map. And but we're going to have a look at these logs real quick. It was I think finished 4-0. Was it 4-0? Correct.
Yeah, it was 4-0 on Pro.
Yeah, 4-0 with Drew Religion going massive, 372 damage per second. J6 374, very close in numbers. And Q as well, only dying 8 times to Jamon's 14. But more importantly, the big frags. Pastel Mirage 116 frags to Nutdragger's 83, and it showed. It was just frag after frag, big shot after big shot, and I think it might be a very big preview as to what's going to happen on this last map, which we are going to be on Clear Cut, the other Koth map in the RGL map pool this season.
Yeah, and you also gotta admit that. I mean, you were saying that it's not, the match probably wouldn't be very relevant, but we are in a special case here where we're going into another King of the Hill map, coming in from another King of the Hill map.
Definitely.
So Pastel Mirage is going to be in that mindset where they're going to be more confident, even though that this was Nutdragger's pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've been historically this season doing very well, but it's gonna kind of shake them a little bit. And I'm curious to see if they can put up the numbers that they need to put up, because this is the deciding game. This one separates the boys from the men. But it looks like we are going live now with the first mid.
Hey, who are we watching on this first mid fight?
I'm gonna be watching Nutdraggers because I want to see what they can do about it. I'm gonna be getting my eyes on Elijah because he's been going pretty big, but it looks like he's gonna be the first death of the mid, bombing onto the side, getting cleaned up instantly. But they are gonna trade Beat Boop also. So both players being down, one soldier, Dubthink going down as well. This is the opportunity for Nutdraggers to take the high ground and spam out the rest of Pastel Mirage. It looks like that's what they're gonna be able to do.
Yeah, and early on that mid fight, a lot of the Pastel Mirage players took a lot of damage, and that just allowed them, allowed Nutdraggers to really take that space that they need, both on the high ground. But as I say that, a big bomb, he picks up Jamon, Beat Boop going absolutely huge this entire series, just getting the frags where he needs to get the frag. Big bang campaign gonna go down from the Dubthink rocket as well. And even though the Uber does get forced out, True Religion though is gonna clean up as many players as he can. Does go down to Gunna, but it's not going to matter because they're going to retake the point. Jamond is only just spawned, so he's going to be about an even Ubers, but yeah, you saw immediately the pressure, you know, they kind of relent a little bit. Okay, we're going to back out, cut our losses, and they're going to re-enter with players and health, and you know, they take the point.
Yeah, and it looks like now that the Ubers are even, we're going to see a little bit more passive play coming out of Nutdraggers. Looks like they're opting to take this right side, putting some spam onto the high ground. They want to get Beat Boop off of there and gain control for their soldiers to throw down some spam. Gunna's very low, barely managing to matrix dodge a rocket. Elijah getting cleaned up. Jamond as well, however, going down to some spam from J6. This is going completely in favor of Pastel Mirage, and the fights aren't even happening. But Q, oh, Gunna slipping in through the backline, getting the pick onto Q. Both medics are now out of the fight. At the end of the day, Pastel Mirage does manage to hold on, but we are going to see a complete reset.
Again, it just seems, you know, it seems like Nutdraggers have just gotten inside their own head a little bit, where they're not approaching these fights and all focusing the same players. Beat Boop comes in, just kills Jamon just so easily. You know,
it's so scattered. Complete chaos going on. The rest of Nutdraggers just kind of walks onto the point, going onto the combo of Pastel Mirage, Dubthink, and True Religion getting the pick onto Percy. And the Demo Man now down on the side of Pastel Mirage.
I think this is something that that Pastel Mirage has really recognized, is the fact that they're playing a lot more scattered and not as cohesive as they might have been on Snakewater. And what you're seeing is you're seeing a lot of these just like weird sacks at like sort of inopportune times, one might think, but it's effective. And all it's going to do is that if you're on Nutdraggers, it's just going to get more and more into your head. Dubthink does go down, and there's a lot of trades, spam being traded back and forth. But yeah, this is as much a technical game as it is a mental game. And if you can get into their head, you can win the game. As I say that, the Uber does come out. They're focusing the demo. We're chasing Jamon hard. He's going to go down, and the scouts are going to escape with their life. And it's just going to be a fat cleanup, like, you know, cleanup on aisle 5, man. And
roll.
The janitors have arrived, and they're wearing pastel, man. This is kind of brutal, actually. You know, they're
truly. It's unfortunate, but I wouldn't. They still got time for one more push. There's 25 seconds left on the clock. Q does not have Uber yet, so it's up to Nutdraggers to make their move now, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get the pick onto J6. He's out of the fight. No demo is good news for them. They can take this high ground for free. Elijah in the backline bombing onto the scout. He's gonna go down, and the rest of Nutdraggers is gonna get on the aggressive here. Percy in on the medic, seeing if he can get Q. That's huge. Elijah going all the way around the backline, getting a rocket onto him. The medic is now down and is going to be on to the players from Pastel Mirage to sack for Jamond here.
Well, they have to get the scout up on the point. There's only 13 seconds to play if they can recap that point, and they just absolutely no pressure on the point whatsoever. Jamond is going to go down, and you sort of wonder, now the players are bombing in, but it's 10 seconds too late, man. You know, if they wanted to salvage this round, they needed to do it when they had a 3x on the cap, but it's going to be for naught. Pastel Mirage picks up the first round of Clear Cut.
Yeah, they had so much to worry about there. They were playing so passive so that they could deny the bomb, but at the end of the day, it didn't even make a difference because Jamon goes down, and by the time he goes down, the rest of Pastel Mirage is already on the point. But now we are into the next mid. Let's see if they can clean it up a little bit. I see Elijah going high bomb onto Drew Religion, getting the scouts off the high ground is very important. Beep Boop trying to get another early pick onto Jamon, take the heals out of the fight. But the rest of Nutdraggers is so low, and now the aggression is going to come out of Pastel Mirage, seeing if they can get the pick onto Elijah. Percy's still in, taking the fight against Drew Religion, but the rest of the players are going to go and help him out, and he's going to get cleaned up. Pastel Mirage once again taking another mid fight.
Bruh, this is nuts. I said that so many times today, but this is nuts. But it's not nuts for Nutdraggers. This is not a position you want to be in, especially after it was a really convincing first map. But they are on the Kritzkrieg. They're on the Kritzkrieg. The Kritzkrieg has come out. They have not picked up any players yet, and it looks like they're not going to get anything as the Uber is popped right back onto the Demo Man, and the sacks are coming in. Players are jumping in from all around the place. Gunna is going to pick up J6, but you know, it was they still haven't managed to get that sustained pressure, and they are going to have crits out, and they're going to re-enter off of this. I know that J6 has not spawned and gotten back to the fight yet, and they're just going to start getting cap time, as much cap time as they can get. And Beep Boop is going to go down, but the re-aggression is coming in right now, right across the point. But is it going to amount to much? It's going to amount to stopping the cap, and Dubthink is on the med. He just separated himself, and Dubthink picks up Jamon. So he picks up Jamon. He's going to reset the Ubers. Oh, big pipe right there by Atomic.
Back-to-back air shots going on all the time. But it looks like Gun is in on the medic. Q
gets cleaned up by Percy. Oh my god. I love cough maps. I love this fucking game. This is so good. Pardon the French there, but oh my god. I'm loving this, man.
So much chaos going down. It's scattered fights all over the place. I don't know who's going to contest the win. Atomic throwing out some spam, but it looks like we're finally going to see it slow down. Not before Elijah bombs in onto the high ground. No dice though, nothing gonna happen there in that exchange.
Mate, at this point, I'm not even on a particular cam. I'm just like going overhead trying to keep up as much as I can. Sticky's coming in. Mitch can't keep up. Nobody can keep up. Tubthink with a big bomb does not amount to anything, but he does get some damage out. The soldiers are quite weak. MK Ultra does go down. Another soldier has taken this high ground. He's gonna have to get spammed off rather quickly.
So the force of nature now.
We got the force of nature out. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, lower league TF2 at its finest. You're witnessing it right now. Nutdraggers is going to retake the point. They have slight Uber ad, but it's not going to mean anything because Q is all the way back at their spawn, and it looks like they're going to. Some players pushing out right, some players pushing out left.
The crits.
The crits have come out, but it doesn't matter because the Ubers come out as well. They're focusing that demo hard. The demo does go down, but J6 and Dubthink also go down. The Ubers faded, the crits is faded, the post fight is on. The soldiers have that high ground. That scout just gets tag teamed by the two scouts all on the side of Nutdraggers, who then pick up Q. And this is good though. Nutdraggers is starting to get back into the match and let Pastel Mirage know that they're not going to go down without a fight. That the crits are going to be built as hard as they can at this point. They've got about 50 ad, but they're going to have to use this soon. But I think Pastel Mirage, if they don't push in immediately, they're going to know, all right, they're still on the crits. We can afford to maybe take our time, get the Uber built up a little bit, but never mind. They just choose to go straight back in. Both soldiers on high ground at the moment. Dubthink is going to get cleaned up by Gunna, but the crits are fully built. The crits have been popped. He has not gotten anything yet. He doesn't get anything. J6 does go down though, but it's a 4v5 at the moment. The soldiers are jumping in. Dubthink, I think.
Oh, he wouldn't. Sticky on the point.
Got double scouts, one medic, and a soldier up on the point. Dubthink has ride as well as backup. It's back and forth, and they do have Uber on the side of Pastel Mirage. So if you're Nutdraggers, you're gonna really have to think hard about your re-entry scheme here. And they were just gonna send in the sacks. They're gonna get the Uber forced out. This is a good Uber force, but
Yeah, And Jamon's almost up on the crits now. The problem with running this crits is that you open yourself up to so much aggression because the team knows you're on crits. You have nothing to bail you out if the team gets aggressive on you. All they have is that, you know, that offensive uber charge. But now he's on that crits. They're going to be looking out for it. They're going to be incredibly aware. Beep Boop bombing into the back line, seeing if he can do anything. But he's just going to get slain. The crits come out. Atomic, seeing if he can connect anything. Don't think is onto the medic. Now he's dancing around. It looks like they do manage to take control of the point, though. In all the chaos, only 3 players left alive.
You might have missed it. Atomic with a crits pipe right into the face of Blue Religion. Just BAM! Quite like that. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, anyway, we're seeing the reset here. It looks like this is working out somewhat better for Nutdraggers.
Now, do we have a pause, or am I just
believe
lagging?
I think this is a pause. I was scared for a second. I thought maybe I disconnected again. Yeah,
we are 90 seconds behind on an STV, so something might have happened. There might have been a pause and saying, "What the hell is going on?" in the chat. You know, I've done that before on my team a couple times, certainly. But yeah, I mean, this is very reminiscent of what we were seeing on Snakewater, where it was just a lot of back and forth action. Both teams, you know, they're really putting on quite a good show for all the viewers here on Team Fortress TV today. So thank you all the viewers for tuning in. I'm happy that this has been such a good game for us to cast for you guys. But, you know, Nutdraggers, you know, especially after Product, where they did not have a good showing, they're really, really trying to be on the front foot here, trying to make plays happen. You know, we're seeing Jamond really keen on this crits play. We did see it a couple times on Snakewater, including his crits on the Golden Cap last push that they won with. But as well, you know, Pastel Mirage still does have the 1-0 advantage over Nutdraggers. So it's interesting stuff here, entertaining stuff here, more importantly. And the pause is stopped. Perfect timing.
I think we're gonna wait for it to catch up for a second, but yeah.
HUD reload scheme. Just gotta reload my HUD right here.
Yeah, me too.
And Uber has come out, but they have not managed to pick up Jamond. Jamond has survived on 40 health. I don't know where he is. Maybe he did die. Yeah, he did die. Sorry, my HUD did not properly reload.
Oh. This is good.
And
this is really good for Nutdraggers.
You take it away. I'm just reconnecting. Do a bit of a retest.
Yeah, they did take control of the point, and they also got the pick onto Q, I believe. He's just now spawning. Meanwhile, Jamon reconnecting with the rest of the team. It looks like they're going to try to have crits on this last push. Only 10 seconds left. We're going to see a dry Uber DM fight. I think it's going to come down to who takes control of this high ground. Percy getting Beep Boop off the high, but Beep Boop's going to eat a pipe. Jason going down as well. Dubthink putting some spam onto the combo of Nutdraggers. We are into overtime. Only Drew Legend left alive. The Force of Nature putting in work.
Force of Nature theory.
Manage to take the round, making it 1-1. We are still in the first half.
That's the type of well, that's the round that you want to have. Those last second overtime round wins can be really beneficial to the team spirit and like the camaraderie. So I think Nutdraggers are gonna.
Elijah. Kind of getting stopped in the air for a second. He's gonna get cleaned up by J6, but I think we had a little skip ahead in time. Dubthink and on the backline gonna get the pick onto Jamon. That is huge for his team. The rest of them are very low on health. Q is just playing his scouts around him to be able to pick up Atomic and Percy, seeing if they can get anything else before the round or the point goes in their favor. Finally managing to get a scout, Drew Religion, cleaning him up, and it looks like we're gonna see an Uber in favor of sorry, I forgot their name.
Pastel.
Uber, Pastel Mirage.
There we
Excuse
go.
me. Drew a blank there for a second.
That's why I'm on this cast, my friend, to help you out. But yeah, so where's my ELO? Does go down. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know his alias, but it's going to be a fat 2K to clean up the rest of the players. But the Uber is going to get forced out. This was really advantageous for Nutdraggers here, who are going to be able to re-enter with players with ad. Gunners does go down quite late in that fight, and actually they're still on the crits creek. Jamond with the perma crits Koth theory, Something that I've only ever seen in Australian TF2, but I only tend to watch Aussie TF2 because it's where I live. But the crits, I imagine, are going to come out here soon. Are they not? He's baiting his demo man. Doesn't matter, he can afford to bait his demo man, but the crits does come out, but it's all, he gets bombed almost immediately as soon as the crits come out. But Dubthink and Beep Boop do go down. Dubthink actually went down a couple seconds prior, but Beep Boop does go down, importantly enough, and they are going to get the cap out of this. So now...
What is going on back there? What are you guys doing back there?
Nope.
A little low health skirmish going on, but it looks like Pastel Mirage is going to take the point, just walk on, you know, do their thing, and the rest of Nedgers got bullied out, but it looks like they don't want to give it up too long because Atomic is bombing ahead, seeing if he can get a force onto Q, which he does. That is the sack wave out of Nutdraggers, and the soldiers bombing ahead. Dubthink, huge bomb onto Jamon that is absolutely gargantuan.
Big
Getting a
dub.
kill onto the scout as well. Finally
Big
getting
Dubthink.
shut down by Elijah.
Dubthink getting the dub. The double kill.
Very nice.
I'm very clever, guys, if you can't
Proud
tell.
of that one.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Glad you're here.
I'm here all week. Catch me on the Open Grand Finals next week as well. My boys, Big Chungus Gaming TV. We're gonna be here. But yeah, it looks like Nutdraggers is re-entering from this left-hand side, trying to get some aggression on the point. Big bombs coming out, trying to take the high ground. They've only picked up True Religion. Dubthink does go down. Q goes down. Percy with a big kill onto Q, and then trying to get an air shot onto the demo man. It's just chaos at the moment. So much chaos. I'm getting tongue twisted. Beep Boot tried to salvage a little bit, was standing on the point just to block. Does valiantly, but does get taken down in the end. And now Nutdraggers are, I think they're still on the crits as well. They're still on the crits. Nope, they're on the regular Uber.
Finally deciding to switch it up, throw a little sneak attack in there by running actual Uber charge. But it looks like Pastel Mirage is getting ready to mobilize. Jamon has that Uber advantage though, so they're going to be looking out for that. They might be sending the sack wave here because Q is playing back with one scout, and that's what we're going to see. Boop Boop dumping way back into the back line. You're going to try to draw a soldier back while Dubthink circles around. A double bomb, managing to get the force out of Jamon. Absolutely huge. Great coordination coming out of Pastel Mirage. That is going to be great news for them. J6, however, he's going to get chased out by Percy. That is a very late death on his part. That is going to put things even more.
Yeah,
in
Pastel's
favor.
gonna have full Uber advantage, but they're not gonna have players for quite a while. So this will allow Nutdraggers to build up a little bit of their own Uber as well. And
Elijah, no!
Oh, Elijah goes down. And thank you, Mitch. Just got a message from our producer that I'm not allowed to relay back to you guys. But something happened. The Uber does come out onto the point, and they're running across it quite hard, but they're not going to find anything because Jamond and his team yeeted themselves out as fast as they possibly could. And so they're just going to build up their advantage and re-enter again. They're going to have to do it soon because the time on the point is it's dwindling down quite quickly. But the Uber, they do have Uber now, and it looks like it could come out if Jamond is willing to be bold and brash. If he's not, get in the trash. There we go, SpongeBob reference for you on the stream. Anyways, they haven't used the Uber. They really need to start making something happen right now, but it looks like they've just forced it out by Uber advantage alone. But the Uber does come out, but they they got to get the cap time. They've wasted so much time getting the Uber out, and now the re-aggression is going to come back in. They had to use that maybe 20 seconds prior. You can't afford to wait, and it's just going to be a full collapse. Everybody except Jamond is going to go down, and then Jamon killed by Beep Boot in the post round. Massive, massive, massive.
That's the half, folks.
It's the half. God, Jesus, man.
I don't know if it was a miscommunication or maybe they were milking it for some reason, but I agree with you when you say that Nutdragger has to use that Uber there. because they were losing so much time. The players from Pastel Mirage were sitting on that high ground, just spamming down, putting on so much damage onto the combo that by the time that Nutdraggers Ubered, they had already dropped Elijah, and half of their players were below half for the post fight. So that way, after it was over, we had Drew Religion just sitting around the corner, was able to just walk forward and get a pick. You know, if it's as important as during that Uber fight, you want to have your players healthy for the post. Because if you don't, then after it's over, when you're in a low time or a time rush scenario like that, the players are just going to collapse on you in the post, and nothing's going to work out in your favor.
I believe that's what they call in the industry baiting the demo. If you're,
I wouldn't even consider it baiting the demo per se. I think the entire team was baiting each other. You're just waiting for somebody to walk forward or make the Uber call. I don't know who the main caller is on that team, but I don't want to discredit them too much though, because it's been kind of a chaotic game. And
yeah, I think at that point, if you're the main caller, just like, just use an Uber, goddamn, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I hail from Oz Fortress, where we are a bit more colorful with our language. I try not to swear as much on stream, but this game has been so exciting. I can't help myself sometimes, man. Yeah, you know, it's just a really quite an odd choice. They knew they had the advantage. They didn't even have to. I mean, if they, like I said, if they used 10 seconds prior, a much different game. You know, that's going to force the other team out. If you're leashing a scout and having them run down, like, yeah, if you don't get the frag, you're going to put some fear into them, and then, you know, that's going to give your soldiers and your demo man a lot of space where they can take some high ground and then spam out all of the re-entrance pathways that they can take. You know, be it from Valley, be it from that right side house or from main. So a bit unfortunate, but sometimes that happens, and as a result, we've got at the halftime on this map, it's 2-1 in favor of Pastel Mirage. They just need 2 more rounds, and they will be crowned your RGL Season 2 Intermediate Division champions. But they've got 2 more rounds to play, and as we've seen, Nutdraggers have gotten themselves back into the match just a touch. So it's anybody's game, but they've really got to make these next couple of rounds count.
yeah, definitely. Do we have logs? Are we doing logs for the half? Yeah, we can pull up some logs. Sure, why not?
Mitch, you still good
Throw
back
those up
there?
there.
Very pensive, yeah.
We got some players in spec anyway. We'll look at these
We
logs.
got time. They're
'Cause
probably
I
watching-
wanna highlight something, and it's that the soldiers on Pastel Mirage are getting in on these flanks completely uncontested.
Mhm.
I can name times off my head where Beep Boop and Dub Think just bomb sky high and get a pick onto Jamond, or get a pick onto Atomic, or cut them off,
Yeah.
and then the scouts can just chase down these free kills. Yeah, that's Beep Boop is top frag in the server with 19. He's tied with the scout Big Bank campaign on Nutdraggers for frags, but he's up there. He's 307 DPM, highest on the server, followed by his demo at 283 DPM. So what I want to see I think what's going to put Nutdraggers in this game is just shutting down these soldiers and controlling high ground. I see, like, during these fights, the players from Pastel Mirage just sitting on these sheds, just spamming down onto the point. And when you're low health like that, you can't contest them. These players just walk at you.
Mhm.
I think that's going to put us live into the game now.
Yeah,
You know,
this is going to be
second half. This is
second
for all
half.
the marbles. I am grand finals. Here we go.
I mean, just seeing more normal spam thing with a big bomb just gets minished by MK Ultra. Hitting a nice shot in the chat, very sportsmanlike of him. But Dubthing and Big Boop are going to go down early in this mid fight, so it's going to give Nutdraggers the space that they want. Q goes down.
What is going on?
MK Ultra picking up Q with a blind hit. Oh my god.
Explosive mid, to say.
Yes, that is indeed what happens when you have soldiers running rampant.
Nutdraggers
But-
is, they want to stay in this now. I can see it in their mentality, their mindset. This is the sack wave coming in. Jamond is forced into this building. This is a very bad place to be against explosive classes, but he barely manages to hang on.
50
Scouts
health,
from him
but
keeping him
Uber,
alive. There's one more player.
MK Ultra's come up on the heavy weapons class, and Heavy from TF2 is out on the field, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to hide in that little shack area.
This is
And
an EU play.
bloody Europeans, man. Not that I have
Yeah,
anything against Europeans, but
You're in the wrong region, Elijah.
yeah.
This could work out for them
Go
if
back to
Drew Religion was
France,
not on
you-
Sniper. Atomic,
Yeah,
you're
Drew
getting
Religion is
a
on
debt onto
Sniper.
Dubthink.
Yeah, J6 is just coming out, trying to get some stickies off on the high ground to keep the soldiers off of his space. The heavy is going to introduce himself. He's going to say "Putis Pow," and which I think is Russian for "Hello, I am here." Correct me if I'm wrong if there's any Russians in the audience. The sandwich is on the point, by the way. Risky play. Dubthink is going to be bombing in from the right. He's going to get into the shack. I don't think he's been spotted either. He's on the med. He forces the med. Dubthink doing his job as the roamer class. They do drop ELO and Dubthink in that. But the Uber's going to come back out. The re-aggression has arrived. The heavy and Jamond are going to go down. And then yeah, just more bombs. But the big bomb onto Q is not going to amount to much because J6 is right there to clean up Gunna.
Yeah, I don't think Nutdragger's just tracking the Uber there because they kind of extended with that heavy as the Uber was about to run out, and then Q just kind of countered into them, killing the combo. You know, as you do when you can't really track it. But that is control in favor of Pastel Mirage here, and we're going to see the sack wave coming in soon. Elijah in deep, drawing some eyes of the soldiers. Gunna with the follow-up bomb, seeing if he can get it anything else, but the damage is there, and now it's just up for the rest of the team to mobilize. We have a player going behind, and Q is forced in this tiny little house now. If the explosive classes can put some damage into there, they can take him out of the fight, but Drew Religion playing around him, doing a good job of denying any space that is coming forward, and it looks like the rest of Nutdraggers wants to mobilize with this Atomic, throwing some spam onto the point, but it looks like Gunna's completely unspotted. Can he get it? Very big play coming in from Gunna, is getting the force out.
It's the force. That's what you want to get at least. It's gonna give Nutdraggers full room just to re-enter with full advantage. And Dubthink is only just spawned, so Q's gonna go down. MK Ultra with the big bomb, the biggest bomb of his life so far. The Uber is gonna come out, and they're just gonna retake the point. They're gonna pick up some frags as well for their troubles. And there's just one player lingering behind. Drew Religion is gonna be taken down by Percy. And Nutdraggers, full, you know, doing really well to get themselves back into this match. It was such an entertaining series so far, and you know. But now you're going to see the re-aggression from that bottom left valley at the moment. Soldiers are going to start taking height. Stickies sent across the point, actually back up onto the shack, and actually inside the shack. A little bit of a sneaky sticky play, but a big bomb by the soldier straight onto the demo man. Dude, he's going to be cleaned up, and now it's the scouts and demos in the med. Who will they shoot? Who will they kill? And they're just taking some space on this point. Drew Religion doing some really good point play. They've really got to commit to this. They do give up the point, but Nutdraggers are going to know that if they use this Uber right now, they can still catch out Q right before he gets, but now the Uber is not going to come out. Maybe a bit poor Uber tracking, or maybe a bit of pensiveness there, but it's not going to matter. Dubthink does go down, big atomic trap, and now you're going to see more aggression across the point. Soldiers jumping everywhere. The Uber does get forced out, and the Uber does come out in exchange as well. So now we got the Uber fight. Players being flashed all around, and now we are in the post-fight territory. The Uber has faded for both players. Oh my god, what's happening? A big soldier bomb. Soldiers jumping everywhere. Beep-boop is going to be taken down. Demo's alone on the point. Now just lying. He's got scouts with him, but he's going to be forced away from his other team, but he's got big pipe J6. But he's going to go down. Atomic just doing work. MK Ultra taking care of Dubthink as well. They've got 11 seconds. Pastel Mirage are going to have to re-enter right now if they want to re-fight in this round. Is it going to happen? No, they don't have any players on the point, but now the 2x on the cap is going to come out, but it's not going to matter. Atomic with fat traps is going to save that, and it's going to be 2-2. Oh my god, there's so much happening, it's hard to keep up. But this is as entertaining a game as you could ask for.
Yeah,
The hell is going on? I love TF2 so much.
That's going to be the round. It's kind of scattered fights going on. I don't think anybody's particularly dominant. It's also a little wacky going on, these heavy plays, etc. But we are into the next mid. I want to see if Pastel Mirage can keep getting away with these plays. No, this time it looks like they're going to trade 2 players down. Drew Religion also going to go down. This is looking very good for Nutdraggers. Up to them now to just capitalize. Everybody needs to get aggressive, bomb onto this combo, see if you can get anything else. Elijah the only one to commit there, and he's going to get cleaned up because of it. And Atomic looking very low as well. It looks like the Soldier wants it, bombing onto the high ground. BP though getting completely shut down by Percy.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Just 2 shots right in his face. Completely taken out. No height for you, my friend. Double Thing's gonna bomb in, just distracting the players a little bit. That's gonna give it's gonna give Pastel Mirage a little bit of space on the point. The Uber is gonna get forced out here, and it's gonna be an Uber fight into Shack. Players being flashed, and now the Uber has faded. Drew Religion taking down MK Ultra.
Yeah, I saw it.
J6 goes down as well, and it's just 3 players taken down for Nutdraggers. 4 players. It's just Atomic and Jamon. It's just Atomic left. Is he gonna salvage? Is he gonna get the fat pipe on the med? He gets a pipe, but he survives on 14 health. This is a word from our producer Mitch Cliff 123. This is fat, and yes sir, I do agree. This is an absolutely chaotic fight. Both teams just throwing as much stuff at the wall to see what sticks, and all that's really happening is as entertaining as a game as you could ask for. Now we're having another fight on this mid. Soldier on the high ground trying to spam down upon high. They're gonna have to get this med here soon because he's Q's on 81% Uber. He's not healing anybody though. He's separated a little bit. Gunna and MK Ultra doing some big work for Nutdraggers.
I'm looking at the backline right now.
I'm hearing people giggle all in this call, man. But now Q does have Uber, but he doesn't have players around him to use it effectively. And Jamon, just through the power of spam alone, has been given enough time to build all of his Uber back up as well. Dubthing's going to come in and bomb. He's just going to go behind again, distracting players. Don't know what he's doing there. Try to bomb the med next time, Dub. Now Uber is going to come out. Pastel Mirage trying to take this advantage, trying to take the aggression here too, but they drop J6. Man, Dubthing is only just spawned, but Big Bang and MK Ultra down on the side of Nutdraggers. And then, oh my god, Atomic's going to get taken down. Drew Religion on perk as well. He's going to get taken down. No, he survives on 3 health. This is just chaos, man. This is pure chaos, as we're all saying. Jamon goes down, Atomic goes down.
Sometime, by the way. He died somewhere in that.
I didn't even notice. I'm watching
that amalgamation.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we're at pretty even time though on the scoreboard. Pastel Mirage just got control of the point. Jamon died somewhere. Q6 almost has his Uber. Looks like the rest of Nutdraggers are going to gather up, try to push this right side. We have the jump wave coming through. Percy getting in, drawing some eyes while Gunna gets through the backline, managing to get the force onto Q. They did get what they intended to do there with that sack wave, and Jamon coming up on 60% here. By the time the rest of his team gets there, they'll probably be ready to push in. But it looks like Pastel Mirage is not going to waste any time because they have immediately started building. I'm pretty interested about how they managed to hold this with this Uber disadvantage.
I mean, given the way that this game has been going, as soon as Uber gets popped, points straight and the fragment is going to come out. Dubthink goes down and Perk goes down as well. And the Uber is popped, but they're in such a good position that they can kite it out. But there's Soldier right on Q and Gunna. No, sorry, MK Ultra just picking up players, gets the med when he's so close to Uber, but MK Ultra pulling out his CIA mind tricks, bro, and he's just gonna be like, nah, not today. This is my point. And now Nutdraggers just has to whittle down another minute 30 seconds in order to get this cap. That'll take it to another halftime. But then at that point, if they take this round, they just need one more round. And at least I think there's so much happening at this point. I'm trying to forget. Jamon's on 20 health, by the way. I don't know how he got down so low, but he's down so low. Atomic's gonna go down, and Jamon and his boys are just gonna have to back out. So now Pastel Mirage are just getting some more cap time onto this point. I think it's 2-2 right now.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's 2-2 right now. I've just been confirmed by both my co-casters and the producer. Jamon is gonna go down from a big fucking trap. Oh, this is so good. This is so good if you're past on Mirage. They've got full Uber. At this point, you know, as soon as there's some aggression, they can just use to save, and they do use to save. Players are going to get behind. It's not going to amount to much. The re-aggression is going to come in. They just need to stand on the point and just start distracting, getting some cap time, but they're not going to. It's 3-2. It is match point at this point.
I'm wondering where Gunners went. He just kind of jumped.
Is I
then
it's
the
not
match
what's gonna
ended.
happen. He's like, I'm gonna head out, and then lost the round.
Gunners
So-
just kind of dipped, but. I should kind of hanging out next to the point, but it doesn't matter. We're into the next. What's done is done. Dubthink jumping into the back line, gonna try to draw some eyes back. Gunners chasing him back to take the 1v1. Meanwhile, the next soldier, Beep Boop, is the next one into the fray, but he's gonna get shut down immediately by the scouts. Dubthink also going down. Now it looks like the rest of the combo is just gonna get pinched, but one by one, players from Pastel Mirage are jumping
Q
into the
goes
combo
down.
of Nutdraggers and dying instantly.
The control point is being
It looks like that's gonna be the trend. J6, the only survivor, is gonna regroup with the rest of his team while Nutdraggers takes control of the point. I like the mentality that, you know, if you're all gonna commit, or if you're gonna commit, all of you should commit. And it's, but Nutdraggers has started to up the game a little bit. You know, putting the ball in their court. And it looks like the heavy once again is out from Elijah, putting some bullets into the chest of Dubthink, and he's gonna get finally cleaned up by Gun is bombing behind. Drew Religion, the next one to fall, followed by the rest of the entire freaking team. Percy chasing the combo out, J6 and Q managing to be the only ones left alive. Jamon still has that Uber that he's hanging on to, while Q sitting at that 50%, managing to connect with the scout and start building. And this is normally the time when you'd send a sack wave, but I think they just want to try it. Oh no, yeah. They're sending a wave. They're sending a wave.
Please tell me, Beep Boop's on the spy, bro. He's committed. Oh, they're calling spy. But I don't know if they know there's a spy. It doesn't matter because we're gonna see a spy play happen anyway. Beep Boop on the spy.
I got my cam
class.
on him. I
Who
want
will
to see
he
this.
back
Here it
set?
comes. Here comes. Here comes. Here comes.
He
He's got
gets
to
the
take onto
heavy. Whoa! He almost gets the demo. He almost gets the med. The Uber is gonna come out, but yeah, no frags have been exchanged. Jamon is gonna escape on 16 health. His demo takes his pack too. Oh my god. There's so much happening. There's so much that's already happened that my brain is completely fried at this point. Atomic goes down. He just gets picked off by True Religion. And now you're just going to see...
Unsaw kind of
re-aggression.
overstayed his welcome there. You know, chasing
Yeah.
ahead, but it looks like Percy's going to try to capitalize on that. Drew Religion very low on the health, and Elijah jumping in to make some space, going for the huge air shot. Beep Boop falling to the fall damage. Elijah connecting eating a pipe in the house, but he still manages to live on only 11 health. Percy's the only one left from his team contesting. He's waiting for the rest of the Nutdraggers squad to get back in. Atomic throwing some passive spam. Dubthink is going to jump ahead and try to shut that down before it even happens, but Elijah's now taking the high ground. Drew Religion getting cleaned up. The rest of Pastel Mirage is hightailing it out of there while Nutdraggers capitalizes on that space that they made.
We have captured the control point.
Yeah, Nutdraggers were really they're really dragging the feet for a little bit in that re-aggression.
Dragging their
battle.
nuts.
I didn't want to be the one to make the joke, but fuck it. I guess we're at that point anyway. You know, so now you're just gonna see a bunch of bombs coming out at the moment, and yeah, now you're seeing Pastel Mirage. They use on the point. They were forced right there. Cube is only on 40 health, and so this is an Uber fight, but they're not contesting the point. They've allowed Pastel Mirage to get so much cap time. All they've got to do is sneeze on the point, and they do indeed get the point, but they drop 3 in the process. But that's going to whittle down a little bit of time. The heavy weapons class is out, and Gunna is doing some work, picks up J6, and now it's just Beep Boot and Q, but Q is going to keep on backing out.
In 60 seconds.
And this is going to continue to just take some more time off of the clock for Nutdraggers, who, if they take this, it'll be a 3-3 game, and I think it'll be tied. I know it'll be tied, actually, you know?
I
But,
don't even know anymore, dude.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows. But you're going to see some more re-aggression. They're all re-entering from that bottom left-hand corner through Valley, some of them rotating through Shack. They've really got to take care of this heavy first. He's going to be allowed to pump out some fat damage. He's not being focused. He's still at 450 health. Dubthink and Drew Religion has come down. And the Uber has come out too, but Atomic, MK, Ultra, Gunna all down in an instant. Jamon on full Uber charge, but he's getting focused hard by the scout. But he ends up getting forced. but it's not going to mean anything because they're not going to be able to do anything with this Uber, and they're just going to have to wait and reaggress when they get the players. But now the cavalry has arrived, the bombs have started coming out, and big bomb onto the demo man from Gunna. And then the rest of them just picking off players systematically, one by one. A big bomb onto the demo man, but that soldier does get cleaned up from Shaq, and now Nutdraggers not dragging their nuts anymore. They do retake the point, but now the demo man's on the point. He's getting a little bit of cap time, but he's just going to be picked off by Big Bang Campaign, bailing out his team once again. True religion just gets mulched right there, man. Oh my god. It is, ladies and gentlemen, it is 3-3. This is essentially golden cap at this point. Both teams, especially towards the end there, both teams just feeding into the other incessantly to try to get some play to happen. I think if you're past on Mirage, you've really got to regroup, because that entire second half, was all nut draggers, not dragging their nuts anymore. In fact, they're flexing their nuts a little bit, if anything. And now they've just got to
I'm just I want like a documentary or like a synopsis on what goes on in these players' minds, because it's like they're trying to like paint a wall by throwing bodies at it. There's just I watched Beep Boop jump forward into 2 scouts and a heavy and just die within a half a second on the first mid fight.
I saw
I've watched,
that
Dub
last...
think with these huge ballsy bombs. I've watched the flanks being wide open. I just want to give advice or, like point out what players are doing, but it looks like we're just gonna go live. We're gonna keep painting that wall. I want a barn. I want a big red barn by the end of this match.
Well, we have readied up for the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The decider round for your intermediate grand finals is on. And we're just seeing right now trades spammed across the point. MK Ultra is going to be cleaned up. He had gone behind to try to pick off and distract. And you're going to see a big bomb. Beep Boop gets cleaned up by Big Bang Campaign though, and another bomb onto the med. Dramond, Dub Think
gets the pack.
He gets the pack.
Massive.
He gets the med. He does go down, but the team gets the point, and they're going to have 80% Uber right now. I mean, they're going to have full ad basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. And Pastel Mirage just flexing on them on that mid. But as we've seen, Nutdragger's definitely not out of this yet, but they're going to have to retake quickly. I know the nerves are going to be running high. This is what separates the boys from the men, and both teams are going to have to show some big energy. It's just a full sack wave for the med. They do not
sack wave.
They
whoa! Elijah, huge.
No, they lose
massive,
their med. Oh my
gargantuan.
God. So much is happening that I have lost track of what team is doing what.
They did get that drop.
They get the drop, and now
drop that thing
Nutdraggers
back.
can re-enter. Dubthink with a big bomb right on top to the enemy combos. He's not going to get anything. He's just going to get cleaned up instantaneously.
Who's next? Beep Boop. Beep Boop. Beep Boop. Beep Boop.
No, ELO goes down. True Religion goes down. J6 go down. Big Think goes... Or Big Boop. Big... Beep Boop. I don't know how to speak anymore.
It was a good play from Beep Boop, but too little too late, because the rest of the team had already been killed before the Uber even happened. It looks like the rest of the team is all spawning at once now. Q was not healing that entire time, so the Uber's even still. And we're gonna see a refight.
Yeah, you're seeing the soldiers take height. You're seeing one of the soldiers go behind. I'm pretty sure that's Dubthink. He really likes to go from behind play, but Q gets taken down by Gunna. Gunna's biggest fan. I don't know who Gunna is, but he certainly got a hell of this player as his biggest fan. And it's just going to be a full wipe on the side of Pastel Mirage. Just an absolute collapse. They do have the point, but you're just seeing back and forth action right here, left and right, left and right, left and right. And yeah, this is certainly a game at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm curious.
Nutdraggers are full ad, but you're curious.
I'm curious as to what went wrong, because Pastel Mirage was so dominant on product, and now they're just kind of getting shut down. or what they've changed. But I'm gonna put a stop on that real quick because we have non-stop action going on. Gunnaz has jumped into J6 and died, but the heavy
MK Ultra's
Elijah is
gone
finally
down.
slain by some spam.
They still haven't used this Uber yet. They needed to use that Uber to save the players, you know, but as a result, you know, 3 players have gone down. 4, actually. Jamon gets forced as
They
well.
used it.
Jamon gets forced. This is such a good position to be in if you are Pastel Mirage. You have managed to not only retake without using, you force out the enemy team picking off players, you force their Uber. Jamon has gone down, and you, I imagine, just going to see some sacks coming. You're seeing soldiers jump behind, but MK Ultra manages to live on 15 health. The Uber does come out on the side of Pastel Mirage, and they're trying to do the best, but Jamon gets out. Not without Nutcrackers dropping 4 players. Sorry, MK Ultra like death right there.
Yeah,
And
that was the I think that was their sack wave. They wanted to get that force out of Q, which they did, which is fantastic
Yes.
for them because now they can contest with the Uber advantage. They have their spawns coming out. Looks like they're gonna opt to push main here. The scout, the first one in. It looks like Dubthink wants to stop something before it even happens. Oh, that was Beep Boop, excuse me. But the rest of the team walking in. They're eating some spam. Pastel Mirage is doing a good job of playing their space,
The
but
force
Dubthink's finally
comes
gonna be
out.
able to get the force. Soldiers are jumping ahead. Elijah trying to take control of this high ground onto Religion, but he's not gonna get flashed and he's gonna get picked up as well. I think Nutdraggers is going to get control of the point, but now the ball is in Pastel's court. They're getting up on their Uber advantage now. Gunnaz see if he can get an early pick onto the scout to slow things down a little bit, but it looks like Bonesaw is going to make the smart decision to stay alive here. Beep Boop jumping ahead of his team, seeing if he can scout or get some positioning early on before the rest of his team pushes in, but it looks like the exchange is about to happen. They need to check this trap on the crate before it gets anything, and Elijah now in on Q, dropping him. There's 2 drops now.
Q drops. Oh my god. This game, guys. This game. Oh, and it's a almost a full wipe. The players are just sacking desperately to get any sort of pick that they can on Nutdraggers. But Nutdraggers has done another exceptionally good job of holding this point, holding their Uber charge as well, and they're ticking away precious seconds. Nutdraggers, Pastel Mirage are going to have to make something happen. They're going to have to get the force, or they're going to have to get the drop. A big bomb onto the med. Dubthink does get cleaned up, but he does get the force out, and that's going to be the cue for Pastel Mirage to get Q out of the fight safely out. The Uber has faded, and you're going to see some re-aggression here now. Dubthink has also spawned. MK Ultra just standing still on the point. Don't know what the hell he was thinking. Perk goes down. Then now they've almost have it at 70%, but it's not going to matter because they've picked up the point, and now both teams, Nutdraggers, 20 seconds before they lose. Pastel Mirage just needs to hold for 20 seconds, but if they retake, then they'll have to hold for 17 seconds. The sacks are coming out, the soldiers are jumping in. They jump straight to the stick.
This is the last fight. Hold on, this is the last fight
The
of
Uber exchange does
RGL
come
Grand.
out. They have to stand on the point. They are standing on the point, but they get off of the point. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. Pastel Mirage holding the point to win 4-3. Pastel Mirage are your Season 2 RGL Intermediate Division champions. After what they call in the industry, one hell of a game. One hell of a series, dude. That was back and forth, back and forth.
That's
Action.
one way you can describe it.
Every single moment, every single map, there's always something going on. Crits on last pushes into snake water. You know, Pastel Mirage just flexing on product. And then this map was just as chaotic a series as you could wish. God damn, dude. God damn. I am my heart is nearly beaten out of my chest, my friends. About to start talking like my southern grandmother out here. That was such a good game.
I'm really sad because I thought Nutdragger was gonna pull one out and get that win, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of things, like a lot of errors that I don't know resulted in pushes gone awry, etc. But at the end of the day, I think Pastel Mirage, as chaotic as that last game was, but I'm not going to talk about that one. I'm just going to talk about in general. Pastel Mirage was playing a much cleaner game. Whereas I think Nutdraggers was they're pulling off a lot of crazy plays and stuff to equalize fights, but I think Pastel Mirage is playing a lot more together. I'd like to say in that last half, playing a scout on top of the sheds might help from these soldier bombs, but I think it's a little too late for that. But overall,
I don't know
pretty
if
good
anything would have
series.
helped, man. It's just nuts.
Can't complain.
Pretty good series. That's underselling it, man. I think of all the RGL grand finals that we've had this season, that has probably been the creme de la creme, as they say
been
in
close.
Europe.
It's close.
You know,
Say that.
definitely entertaining. It's just this is what I really like about the lower division TF2 finals, is that it's so scrappy at times, but like we were all low division players. Some of us could still be low division players as well, and it's like we all started at like some lower div, and like both teams have a lot of very experienced players, but these lower division games allow for a lot more scrappiness and a lot more chaos, and sometimes chaos and scrappiness is entertaining. I'll watch an invite game, and this is no disrespect to the invite players, but because it's so clean and because some players are so good, you kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. But this, Nutdragger's 6th seed.
Oh yeah, I had
and
no idea what was gonna happen here.
Yeah, and they take it all the way to the grand finals, and unfortunately for them, they finished second place. But they gave Pastel Mirage one hell of a game, dude. They were just doing absolutely their hardest to make this a close match, and unfortunately for them, they lose a match with, I think it was 17 seconds on the board that they had to play the point. So we'll have a look at these logs, because these logs are pretty good. I think, I don't know, I haven't looked at them.
Good.
Yeah,
Pretty decent. Alright. Looking at it right now, what I see is
38 for 35, but 38 frags as a soldier. I mean, that's such a soldier dominant map. You just saw both soldiers jumping all across the place, but Beep Boop definitely went big. True Religion as well. But then on the side of Nutdraggers, Perk had an amazing game, 40 and 28. Gunna's biggest fan. I always saw him doing some crazy janky ass bombs, and unfortunately for, like I said, for Nutdraggers, it just wasn't enough.
yeah, I agree. I mean, overall, it was fun. I'm not sure how much I can say about it. I don't know how much insight I can give. I think that we're going to be sorting out some interviews coming up soon. But in the meantime, do we have logs on the screen? I don't even know. I'm not looking at the stream right now. Yeah.
We do
Okay.
have
Yeah. Let's
logs.
talk about some logs, because I wanted to point out, I had them pulled up on my in-game browser. Percy top fragging this. Percy over on the side of Nutdraggers, even though they lost the game, was top fragging the server. At least before Golden Cap, because that's what I'm looking at. It's not combined yet.
Mhm.
But right behind him was Beep Boop. No one really standing out too much. It's kind of like cookie cutter, what I expect from logs, excuse me. But both the demo man top damaging the server, Beep Boop, I saw him go huge. I saw him go huge in that last game. It was Skater or Elijah. Elijah went huge on Snakewater from what I saw, but Soldiers really stood out this game, which I didn't expect them to have as much of an impact, especially on like Koth maps. I didn't really know what to expect from Clear Cut, because I've never seen Clear Cut before in my life. But from
What a
from
good
looking at the
introduction,
layout
man.
myself, it looks like this is a very scout controlled map, but I didn't see the scouts have that much of an impact.
I think with the amount of height that you have, it really allows for soldiers to make a lot of work happen. I mean, you would
Yeah.
see both teams' soldiers jumping around and just causing havoc for the other team, But as well, I think with the amount of height and the amount of places to trap up, the demo men can do a lot of work. I mean, you're seeing both J6 and Atomic with 323 and 325 DPM respectively. And What's interesting to me too is that you're seeing Nutdraggers actually did eke out the frag advantage, getting about 20 more frags to their name. But there's a big difference between frags when you need them and frags when they count. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Frags that count and frags that don't count, I suppose. And what it seems to me is that in those crucial moments, Pastel Mirage were just getting the frags that counted, and they're getting the caps that counted. But I mean, that's not to discount the play of Nutdraggers, because they were playing. I mean, both teams were playing their heart out, and the fact that it went to what amounts to a Koth Golden Cap, is a real testament to the skill and prowess of both teams. So, I think we're going to be switching Mumble servers to do interviews. So we will be back in a second.
We've got a couple of the people here from Pastel Mirage. We've got Beep Boop, the Pocket Soldier, and Dubthink the Roamer. We have the Soldier duo here. So I want to start it off with a quick congratulations. How do you guys feel after a riveting best of 3?
Sweaty.
Yeah, that was fantastic. It was a super close game, kind of like all different. Like we had a golden cap, we had a super stalemate Snakewater, we had a product that was more of a roll than I was expecting. Actually, we were doing super well on that, and then we had a down to the wire 3-half clear cut, which was absolutely fantastic.
Really expected product to be like our map we dropped. We didn't expect to 4-0 them on that map at all.
So yeah, I was gonna say my next question was gonna be, how did you guys feel after losing Snakewater? Because Snakewater was your guys' map pick. You guys did come in as the higher seed. How did you guys feel about going into product after losing such a close Snakewater map?
We were down, but we've been screaming product a lot. I think we're all pleased that we did better than we expected to do on product.
Yeah, we
got our Ubers in order much better on product than we did on Snake as well.
Yeah, like once we've lost the golden cap on Snake, and kind of like we need to focus forward. I think we scrimmed product like I don't know, we've scrimmed it the past like week twice a night or something like that. Like we've been playing a ton of it because it did feel like our weak map, and I think that really showed. We were able to kind of turn around and focus forward and kind of reset into a new map.
So yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like you guys were pretty prepared for Snakewater product. Do you guys expect it to go to clear cut? How confident were you guys coming into this match? Did you guys think it was gonna be a steamroll, or did you think it was gonna be close?
I definitely thought it'd be closer than the first playoff games we played.
Yeah, I think I was expecting it to go 3
Can we unmute
maps.
Jazz really quick? Sorry to interrupt you guys. There we go.
I was like, unmute me to Mitch in the DMs, and
Yeah.
to no avail.
And we're also joined
And
by
sorry, go on.
Bonesaw, so we have another interviewee here.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Back to the question though, I think at least I expected it to go to 3 maps, or was kind of guessing that it would. Like we know that this team, they beat 50 Death or 60 Death, which was a team that we had been having trouble with during the regular season. So I kind of expected it to go to 3 maps. I don't think I had any idea like which 3 maps. Like I wasn't expecting the exact results, but I was expecting it to be a close game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the overall playoffs bracket, how did you guys feel about your side of the bracket? And then did you guys expect to be playing the 6th seed, or because they came in as a 6th seed, they beat the 3rd seed round 1 and the 2nd seed round 2. Were you guys particularly surprised at who was going to be playing, or did you expect them to be a hot team coming into playoffs?
I do know we felt kind of weak, or they felt like they were playing weakly during the regular season. Like looking at the roster, it felt like they could be doing better, and I think they showed that a lot in playoffs. I didn't really expect them to upset 60 Death. I think 60 Death was playing very strongly during the regular season. Like they were the only team to go 3-4 against us during the regular season. But then they, I think, kind of, I'm not sure what went wrong with during playoffs, but they weren't able to pull it together, and a couple other teams were able to just build that synergy and come in better.
Yeah, and looking at your guys' own play, if you had to pick an MVP for this finals here, if you had to pick one person off your team or the other team, who do you think the MVP was? Do you think was the most valuable player, the most impactful?
I'm mostly going to say with J6, our demo. He was playing really well. He had a lot of clutch pipes. His movement around the map was fine. Definitely got a lot of forces. There's just a lot of key factors. I can't really pinpoint
it's a
certain-
team game. It's hard.
Yeah. I don't think there was one particular. I think everyone had strengths that they
Yeah, like
brought to
thinking
it.
and looking back, our calls and everything.
So I wanna bring in Bonesaw because you guys had what they call a hell of a game. I certainly in my time casting TF2 and watching competitive TF2, you rarely see grand finals that are that close and that exciting to watch. There was a lot of back and forth action from both teams, and you guys were very so close to securing the win on clear cut. But even then, I think for you guys to respond to that product game on where you lost in 4 rounds to then basically take what amounts to a Koth golden cap, if you will, is it's pretty remarkable. You guys, like I said, you guys had a hell of a game. What do you think in the end? What do you think went wrong on that last map that led to the loss?
Jazz.
I'm with Dove Thinks team.
Oh fuck. Okay, what do you guys think the other team did wrong? All right, I'm just gonna resign right here on the spot, by the way.
Personally, I feel like the heavy was not a good pick at all if you're having him in house, because he just soaks up a lot of spam if you put 2 soldiers on top right. If their medic was taking eating a bunch of rockets, their demo couldn't rotate for heals. Their scouts were getting poked out constantly.
Yeah, it took us a little bit to adapt to that, but once we figured it out, we had their number, I think.
I think also they're getting a lot done with flank plays on their soldier, and it felt like especially on clear cut, the rounds that they lost were a lot due to the fact that they just stopped playing as much around their soldier. Like their soldiers would go behind and would get stuff done, and then it felt like whenever they would lose the rounds, it'd be either because we played better around their soldiers or they just played worse around them. I think especially for that last map, they're the MVP of it would be their I don't know, whoever it is, Gunna's biggest fan 2000 or 04 or whatever his name is, because that man was farming.
He was doing a lot of work, and I think there are at times where what I was noticing, and I was commenting on this in the cast as well, is that there are times where you guys always played as a team, as a unit, and there was always that sense of cohesion and togetherness. And there are times where Nutdraggers, they had that, but there are also a lot of times where they're just playing 6 guys in a Discord call, if you know what I mean, and would sort of lost that team play, and that you would see it in last pushes at times where they'd push in, but they'd all be shooting different things, and it wouldn't be a systematic, okay, we're going to take care of this, and then we're going to take care of this, play the point, win the round. But that's, as I said earlier, that's not to discount the way they were playing, because I think they gave you guys a hell of a game, and I think if 1 or 2 things goes the other way in clear cut, we're interviewing them and I'm mistaking Atomic for a player on Pastel Mirage instead of Bonesaw on the other team. Sorry, I've had to cast 3 games in 24 hours, so I'm a bit fried.
We thank
So
you.
it goes.
You're amazing.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Dubthink, I also want to commend you. I think I'm using that word correctly. I noticed you were wearing an Oz Fortress Open Participant Season 25 badge.
That was from when I played on Jazz's team. That was a fantastic time.
That was quite a good time. So, it's good to see members of Bra Moment alumni going and doing big things in different leagues. So, I don't know. Congratulations on your victories, you guys. You guys proved it over the course of the season that you are the best team in intermediate, and you're given a bit of a shake up on this map or in this series tonight, but. I think the quality of your play shined through, and you walk out of it with a deserved first place. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I got one more question. For you guys. Next season, what do you guys have any plans for next season? Have you guys sat down as a team and discussed it?
No, not really.
I
Vaguely.
think it's very up in there. We have like several gamers that might leave for other like Diabolical and stuff. I don't think Beep knows if he can play next season. I feel like a lot of us want to play together next season if we're available. It's just a question of whether or not we're even playing this season.
I was gonna say, as somebody who I played on a couple different teams before, I got to kind of stick with one team and really get to grow. I think it's super important for personal growth, and you grow so much faster as a team and as an individual if you guys stick together. So it's always a fun question. I would encourage you guys to stay together. You guys have obviously proved you've got the mojo to win. At least I am. So I would encourage you guys to stick together in whatever form or fashion that is. I don't know if we have any more questions we want to ask.
Do we want to do any shout outs?
Yeah, I was going to say, we can do a quick round of shout outs. We'll start with Bonesaw at the top, if you got to make any shout outs.
Shout out to my homeboy Percy on the other team. He's not in this interview, but I think he played well, and it was a lot of fun playing against him because I played like a lot of Highlander with and against him, so it's always fun.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
Got to shout out the homies. All right, got any shout outs, Mr. Beep Boop?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Jamond. He's one of the funnest people I've ever played with coming back to this game. It was super fun playing against him in a competitive setting as well. I also like to thank Jaren and Howie. They were watching the stream, hyping me up in chat. And my teammates. It was fun playing with you guys.
Some real wholesome shoutouts. Dub think on the last round of shoutouts. What do you want to shout out?
I got a few. First of all, shout out to everyone that played tonight, and also for I think until week 6 or 7, Rolnario was playing Pocket. And he was doing a fantastic job, and so I'm glad both him and Beep were able to play this season. Both of them were fantastic, and just the rest of the team. Like it's been a wonderful season. I've had a lot of fun leading this team, and then also shout outs to the entire cleaning crew Discord. So Asian and Chase Duck and Antlers and so on and so forth. Ryan. They were all watching the stream tonight, I think, and apparently being fairly active in chat. I didn't actually see, of course, but they're all amazing people. So, yeah.
Shout out to you guys for casting it. Appreciate it.
That too. Fantastic work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you guys. We always appreciate it. I don't know if we have anything else. Aquila, Jazz, you guys want to add?
I want to shout out Dubthink. Check out CP Chat if you haven't done that yet.
Yes.
Shout out to CP Chat.
Surely, Dubthink, you pull some sway in RGL and get some CP Chad experimental map cups going on.
That's
in the
the
off-season.
theory, but DAF hasn't been that receptive to it. I gotta work on it.
So hear me out on this one. I have a new theory. What if we just ban Daffodil and then we have our own chat?
Okay, yeah, no, that works. I'm down.
How about CP Chad 2? But you use assets from different maps. Like you have, I don't know, Granary mid going into
How about
Badwater
CP
or
Chat 2,
Badlands
but you
second.
make no changes to it?
That's the
I
real
think
Chad
that's the
move,
play.
hey?
Just re-release it as CP Chad 2, and it's already
You
perfect.
put the
so why
last
would you
on
improve
mid
it?
and you put the mid on last. That's CP
Yeah.
Chad
That's big
2.
brain.
I have some theories about successors to CP Chad, but like time is not something I have these days.
Make
Bro, you're on
CP Chat
quarantine.
water
You got all the
basin.
time in the
and it's a
world.
payload
I
format.
found out yesterday Dubthink made CP Chat.
Well,
Viewer.
remember we ran some pugs in it in Australia, and it was the funnest 5 hours of pugs I've ever played, and then we never did
They
it
went for
ever
5
again.
hours. I know they happened. I didn't realize they were that long.
Yeah. Well, people were stoked to play.
Yeah, well, it's like playing 3 maps, so you can play at least 3 times in a row, and it's still
kind of messes with your mind a little
Fresh,
bit. But
interesting experience.
it's neither here nor there.
Alright,
I don't
anything
know,
else
do
you
any
want
of
to
our
add?
I don't know, shout out to my boys in Bro Moment, Aussie TF2. Watch out, we're gonna win some stuff next season, hopefully.
Do it.
Are we doing, Mitch, are we doing the Open Grand Finals on Capping TV? Or on TFT. Don't forget next week, if you want to stay up until like 6 o'clock in the morning, because it'll be in American time.
I was hoping.
Capping TV is. I know, Mitch. I know. Capping TV will be casting the Oz Fortress Open, Main, and Intermediate Grand Finals. Check out that. And next week, as well, tune into Team Fortress TV again as we round out our coverage of the RGL Grand Finals series, casting the Open Grand Finals. Big Chungus Gaming.tv, my boys, versus Anvil, who I don't know anything about, but I'm sure they're going to give us a great game. So make sure you hit the follow button, maybe subscribe if you want to just throw some money at us. Not that we're going to see any of it. And yeah, we'll see you next week for that.
Alright.
Shout out
Anything else you want to
Dubois.
add, Aquila?
Shout out Dubois, you know who you are.
Yeah, shout out to Dubois and shout out to Brando. I want to make a quick shout out to Brando. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And shout out to Louster.
Yeah,
for-
shout out to Looster. And shout out to
Wow.
Mitch for coming in clutch. You know,
Yeah,
other than
thank you,
the boys
Mitch.
behind the camera, they don't get, you know, to voice themselves as much as we do. But shout out to all the producers out there, NA, EU, AU, Asia. I don't know if there's anybody who does Asia Fortress or anything. I'm not in the loop. I'm not hip with the kids. Oh, okay. So shout out to you guys once again. So yeah, I think that's about all I've got. Any final comment? Last round, last call.
Nah, finish the
All right.
cast so I can go eat lunch.
So this has been TFTV.
I
This
was
has been our coverage of RGL Season 2. This has been the IM Grand Finals. Got Pastel from Mirage taking it home. Take us away to music, Mitch.